let me get this. Oh, I can hear this. I can actually hear it. I can hear the scream clearly.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final round, round 9 of National League. Starting us off in Men's Super League, we've got Bedford Rangers versus Nottingham Sheriffs. My name is Greg Whitehouse, and I'm joined by the wonderful and ever so present
Tom Carlton, who may or may not be present.
You are. A big one to start us off. The reason being is for Rangers to come third, they need to win both games. Bees need to lose both games, and the set swing needs to be 56 set points or more, which is possible.
Nothing's impossible.
Exactly, nothing's impossible. And like we said, Bees do have Spartans and Meteors.
Tough games, yeah.
Big games. It was Rangers' first weeks where they had Spartans and Meteors in the same meet. Oh, shot there from Stone Street on that right side, just hitting the shoe of Tom Holmes. But a return from Ben Core hits Stone Street out in that plate. Ward takes out Hughes on that left side. Single ball fakes. Ward just with a throw that is valid. That's within that 1 meter of the player. Rangers one player up. They don't need to rush anything in this whole game. Greg misses the catch. Gordon takes the fall down. And Sheriffs now up in this set 5-2. So that turnaround from the catch from Josh Gordon, and Ward hit out there. Very slow reactions on that. It's first game of the day, but your mind has to be sort of on the get-go. And Sheriffs take that first set. Rangers have to switch their heads on now. They have to win these sets. The set difference is going to be crucial because it's not just the fight for third place. It is also the fight for nationals. And Dom Holmes catches the right side. It's 2 out from Rangers from the get-go. What are they doing? They're not even on the same page. And now they've got the 4. They have to play smart here. They have to get the hit. And they have to be making hits there. It's the 2 balls against Ben Cool, but he jumps high, dodges over both. So it's the stand-in from Ward does take out Hughes, but they also take out Greg on that right side. Is there a catch in play? There isn't. Stone Street does not re-enter the court. Sheriffs up by 2 players. They took that first set on that swing from the catch from Josh Gordon. And Sheriffs could have had 4 there, but Dom Holmes decides to try to look for Tamas Ward on the left side there. On the running counter, they're not on the same page. They run at different people. Ben Cool loses control of his ball, but it doesn't go over centre line. They do actually take 2 from that play. We are trying to fix the camera. The camera is swapping around, and there's a stand-in from Ward, and Whitelaw on the block does actually get the hit on Ben Cool on that left side. They go that 1 player up, and what Sheriffs did in the first set, Rangers have done in the second. And a good hit there, a 3-ball attack. Lawrence goes low to try and catch, and he thinks Josh Gordon is going to go low on that as well, but he sort of goes in that mid area, and Carl Lawrence cannot find the dodge that he's after. And a good team hit. Ward and Whitelaw take the hit on Gordon. The score 2 apiece. It's been a very, very even first 2 sets. A sub now as Sam Ward enters the court for the side of Sheriffs. But a 1-for-1 call, and Whitelaw taken out in the play. Parsons is also hit out in that opening rush, so Sheriffs do go that 1 player up. Rangers are not in any need of a rush. They have to play smart, they have to play clever. It's those set points we've spoke about that they're after. Lawrence hit out in that play there. He tried to take the trade. Stone Street hit out, and it's a good delayed hit from Gordon and Holmes. Ward is not hit out on the standing counter, and Greg hits Hughes. So now 2 down. Can these 2 players So back on your screens now. Ward is hit out, but so is Taylor. It's a 1-for-1. It's what Jordan Taylor is so good for and what he's known for, that trade. Dom Holmes catches the rebound catch, but it's not needed. Ross Gregg is hit out in the play. Sheriffs go 4-2 up. The big thing about this Super League this year is all the teams are so equal, and although there might be a fair few spaces between Rangers and Sheriffs, Sheriffs should not be taken for fools. Parsons fires one straight at Josh Gordon's chest. He cannot get his hands around that one. It's a big, powerful arm from Parsons on that right side. The fake comes in. Lawrence throws, but only into Jamie Hughes' ball, and he gets the block. And now they take out Jordan Taylor. This time he will not be looking at the trade. Parsons goes high. Plenty of high throws, no hit outs in that as all players dodge low. Dom Holmes hit out that delayed 2-ball from that right side. It's what Rangers have been working on. Ward is thrown out with all 3 balls. They might all be delayed, and he doesn't get his hands around the catch. He's actually hit first before he looks for the ball that he's after. He knows that one is coming towards his chest region. Fake comes in, ball pops up. But Sheriffs do not look for anything. Thank you to the technical team within the stream, Tom Carlton and other people involved, thank you very much. But we're back with Tom Carlton. It's been a good game so far. I know you've not been watching much of it. You've been watching hit bits here there.
I've been watching bits. But hopefully now everyone at home can watch everything as well. So.
They've been dealing with a radio-style commentary. The block comes in, the block pops up. It's a rule that was introduced last year within the National League, and that block heads towards Jamie Hughes from Ben Cool block, and Sheriffs do take the lead yet again. Standing comes in. Whitelaw is not hit out, but they do hit out Gordon. Like we've been saying, it's the Rangers to qualify for nationals and, well, British champs. And they have to come third, which is win both games and hit that player the set swing by a minimum of 18 in these 2 games that they play, but Bees also lose by 18.
Yeah, but again, like we said earlier, Bees have got 2 tough games today as well, so anything's really possible here. Yeah, it's a really nice 3-ball from Sheriffs there. Gonna take that one player advantage now. And Jamie Hughes really sensibly doesn't need to release that ball.
We've seen what Parsons can do at the centre line. He's caught a few like that this season. It's sort of the neutral zone catching is a lot more popular. A lot more people risk that style play.
Yeah, you see a lot of people just decide to stand their ground there rather than trying to get back. I guess puts you in a vulnerable position once you start tracking back, but a lot of players scared to take that shot on the stationary player in the neutral zone because they got nothing to lose there.
Rangers finally on that quick start. Sub come in, Ross Gregg for Kieran Carrington. Ward does not get the catch on that. Whitelaw's also hit out. Rangers not quite sure the style of play they're going for. I think it's very undecided for the style of play. They're trying to play clever and sort of this one ball style play, but it's not working out for them. Sheriffs are actually taking catches and out trading Rangers.
Yeah, Sheriff's just happy to take the trades. Just you've seen there they've got that one player advantage back that the Rangers got off the quick start. And Sheriff's really looking strong in this game so far. Tom Holmes almost sticking his hands out for that one, but pulls away at the last second.
Cross-court comes in from Carrington. Stone Street tries to release as well, but it gives Sheriffs 4. Parsons, what he's known for, causing a bit of mischief in that central zone.
Does get the free throw in, but Sheriffs do get the hit on the three ball attack there. So
Carrington, he's done well to dodge the first two. That delayed ball, and Sheriffs have taken advantage of Carrington on the ground there. Ball blocks up, but spins in the air just in front of Jamie Hughes, so he doesn't get hands on it. Oh, that's unlucky there. Josh Gordon's been fed the ball. Josh Gordon's been fed that ball from the ball retriever, and Stone Street has caught eyes on that, and he's seen it from way back when. Rangers with a 3. They are 2 sets down in this.
Yeah, Jamie Hughes now desperately trying to get a hit here to even things up. But Rangers just playing it nice and slow, keeping hold of a ball.
Cannot be long left at all. Yeah, Jamie Hughes is going to have to fight for this. Probably about 10 seconds or so left. A 1-for-1 trade. Parsons and Hughes as they both fire. That is the set that Rangers need. But this second half, or the last set of, I guess, in this first half and the second half, they are going to have to come out all guns blazing. They have to take risks here. It is going to be high risk, high reward. They need these set points. But a slow start from Rangers. They get that third ball, that centre ball, but they don't take a quick rush from it.
Single doesn't quite find anyone, just moving out of the way of that one, and they do get the hit on the counter. They're immediately going to take a one-player advantage here. With about a minute and a half left of this set and the half, it's all on Rangers to even things up and try and take the set. And they do just that. A response from Sheriffs.
Single ball from Jordan Taylor, single ball from Tamas Ward. Lawrence, eyes not up, he's looking for that ball instead of eyes forward.
Ball goes up, but no catch there. Sheriff's way up in the set now.
Way up in the set, they've got 5 balls. 45 seconds left, Rangers have to find a big dodge here, they take the fake.
Yeah, happy to just waste a good 5 seconds there. Play ball does come in, and it's going to be 4 balls at Tamas Ward, but he can't get out of the way.
Can't get away because that throw is great timing, great accuracy. Ross Gregg has to fire aggressive here. You have to play. He fires one. Sheriffs to slow the game down.
Yeah, but he's got 3 more of those to find. He does find another one with 15 seconds. Apologies, no seconds.
That's why he was going so aggressive.
Yeah.
That is the half. And at the half, Sheriffs 8-4 up. In the House of Dodge special, sort of, have you seen that gone through the season? Alex Bembridge has been writing sort of pieces. He's been doing some statistics behind teams more favourable to win. In that, he wrote about Sheriffs looking to win this game. That the stats weren't in their favour, but we know what Rangers have been like this season. They've lost too many games and too many sets not playing sensible dodgeball or playing the way. It feels like all season they've played a different play style than what they'd actually like to.
Yeah, so Rangers now be 2 sets down coming into this half. See if they opt to change things up here. Been seeing some success with the quick start, but they've opted not to go for it in these last couple of sets. The Sheriffs have been very quick to even things back up again. Again, maybe their singles just haven't quite been connecting.
Singles haven't been connecting. The problem is you're playing against net, and it's something we spoke about a bit in round 8 in terms of the advantage of back wall and net. It's hard to see sort of an advantage in places, but I'd say when you're facing that back net like Rangers just were, you have to play one ball a lot more. You have to play sensible. And when Rangers are releasing that 4th ball, you're sort of firing yourself up to lose, and sort of against teams like Sheriffs, they may not be high up in that sort of upper echelon of Super League, but they are not a team to be forgotten about. They can take sets off people, and they'll take victories off people. They are not to be pushed over easily. And in this game, you've seen just that, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. And also a quick update from the other court here in Super League. I believe it's 9-5 in favour of London Storm against Coventry Silverbacks. And then, meanwhile, we've got Leeds versus White Tigers, which looks like 8-2 favour of potentially Leeds.
But all of these games across the board matter in places in terms of promotion, placement, your qualifications for British champs.
Yeah, and again, with the reshuffling of the leagues happening next year, a lot of teams really fighting for positions here. Like looking towards the bottom of League One. Of course, that next year looking to be split into North and South leagues. So a lot to fight for down there. Anyway, back to men's Super League, and that's a lovely hit there from Tamas Ward. Going to take that 1-player advantage now.
They have to play aggressive 1-balls. Those 1-balls cannot be thrown against ball like they have been doing. And in that instance, Parsons on that left side should be hitting Sam Ward. A great dodge from Sam Ward to head low there, because Parsons is probably looking at tracking him the whole way back.
Yeah, big commitment dodges, but it's exactly what you need when you're that close, that far up court. And a single from Rangers finds a big gap there. Parsons releases at Taylor there, but Taylor just happy to block that one away. Now Rangers going to only have 1 ball by the looks of things here.
Ward, he's got that single ball, but Sheriffs are happy to come forward with that single and just release it. Rangers have got 3.
And we're back to 4 players aside here. And yeah, a nice 2-ball there from Rangers. Managing to dodge the pre-throw there from Dom Holmes as well.
As much as Rangers are winning this set, they don't just have to win sets slowly. They have to be looking at sets aggressively and winning. You see, Stone Street looks at the push-up, but a good call from Ward in the outbox there as he's calling the hold. They've got 4 in that instant. They might only have 3 players, but the delay comes in and it doesn't actually find Hughes.
Yeah, so that's a huge dodge there.
It's great accuracy from Rangers, but it's probably too accurate. They're all in that chest region.
Yeah, you see the 2 balls coming exactly together, but problem with that, he's only got to dodge one attacker there.
And if Sheriffs do the same, their 3-ball attack is a lot more linear. It's high.
And Ross Gregg, frustrated with himself there, just manages to get hit in the last 2 seconds of the set there, but not much he could do. Sort of stranded there, up court. Sheriffs taking their time, being sensible with it.
And like we said, a lot of people hanging around in that neutral zone. Ross Gregg has to do just that. So
yeah, I think Sheriffs deal with that well there. 2 players coming up, one of them putting in a nice big fake and the other ball releasing. Making it really hard for him to try and read that.
And that's Whitelaw has to run across to their side to retrieve the ball. Now that should be a ball retriever's duty in that instance. It is sort of Manchester Bees in that ball retriever. Stone Street's out in the mid-region. Carrington caught out. This is where Rangers look at falling apart. Their heads have gone. You can tell.
Yeah, Rangers really struggling with 3 balls. When it comes to singles, just not managing to make those hits. And again, getting hit on a lot of counters here. Sheriff's really taking advantage of the countering in this game. And again, Rangers two players down off the start. Not able to make that single work. Struggling to find the target, I think. And that's really showing in this game so far, which is, again, Men's Super League. In theory, nets on both sides. The singles game is big. And a couple of trades there end up going in the favour of Sheriffs again.
They've taken the trades better every time, and they're happy to carry on doing so. Rangers are trying to fight for it. Oh!
Jordan Taylor juggling the ball there, but doesn't quite block out that catch. But a catch he can very much afford to go for. There are still 2 players up. And a trade again goes in Sheriff's favour there. Going to bring it to a 3 versus 1 against Thomas Ward.
You'd like to back Tamas in a lot of these scenarios, but Sheriffs have been throwing so well in every situation. They've thrown well in the runnings, standings, and even their aggressive 2 balls.
Yeah, it's been really clinical so far. And there we go, just bait out those free throws, single in, nice and safe. Going to wear the timer down. And he does make a really good decision there. Manages to pick out the ball, but he can't quite get his hands to it. And it looks like that's going to be a timeout call for Rangers now.
It's hard because you know Rangers are fighting for it. And like we said at the very start of this game, it had to be high risk, high reward. Are they risking too much? Are they trying to play too much? Are they trying to do too much to win these sets?
But yeah, 12-4 now the score in favour of Sheriffs. Maybe a little bit too far gone now for Rangers, or do you think they've got a chance back into this one?
To win the game, yes, fine, but it's not the 18 set points we spoke about that they're after in this game. They wanted that from the start. It's, like we said, 18 set points in the 4 games, 2 of them being theirs, and 2 of them, obviously, Manchester Bees playing Meteors and Spartans they needed in their favour. So even though you might be winning these games, it is so much into the hands of Manchester Bees in terms of losing their 3rd place position. You can only do so much in terms of helping sort of aid that process. If you win by more, then obviously Bees then have that sort of higher threshold to then lose by.
And also just would really put the pressure on Bees as far as their games go. But again, Bees will be watching this game, they're line ref in this game, so they're going to know exactly what's going on here. They're going to know what situation that puts them in. But either way, we're back. About 9.5 minutes left of this half now. Like we said, Rangers 4 sets down. They've got a lot to do here. If they do want to try and come back, they've got to start putting their singles on target.
And as they try to throw the aggressive 2, the 2 that they have to look for, because now they've got back wall, has to be more aggressive. It is against Jordan Taylor, but Jordan Taylor goes low. So, but now Rangers have 4. It's good dodging from them.
Yeah, now Rangers coming up with 4 balls. Hopefully they can put one of these on target. They do find a target. They're going to throw 3 balls there. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of those are going to come back off that wall. Sheriffs are going to end up with 4 balls. The retriever now picking up the 4th. Was that ball not live called there?
I think so. I think, yeah, it's that, or he was hit in sort of a process before that. I was more watching this right side in terms of that, but Tamas Ward does then find the extra trade. Dom Holmes is hit out in the first instance. Ward finds Sheriff's player sort of stranded on the ground, and when you're in that ground sort of position, it's hard to then make the next movement in that.
You can hear the frustration from Tamas Ward there. Manages to dodge the initial attack, but that delayed ball, which he does try and catch, bounces out. Sheriffs again putting balls on target.
This time, yeah.
Stone Street does manage to just block them down. But again, 3 players for them to find here. Time is going to be paused.
Just looking for that 5th ball there.
Look at this 5th ball.
No, not the 5th ball. They didn't actually. Manchester Bees didn't have a corner line ref here.
Oh, well. No.
So, yeah, like you said, has been sorted now. 2 balls low this time. Sam Ward's then jumps. You know, you have to change up sort of your play style. It's like sort of, you know, goalkeepers study their opponent's penalties and where it's at. But this time you sort of have to study where your opponent is going to dodge. Sam Ward, a very sort of natural dodger in terms of his movement. It's never high and low. It's sort of side to side. Yeah, it's changing.
Tough to read. He uses a lot of that lateral movement, which you'll see a lot in Super League, especially once you get down to maybe 3 or 4 players on a side. A lot more space on court to move around. These players are very good at using that space. And it's going to be a 2 ball from Rangers, but Ben Cool goes low. Both balls sail above his head there. Again, Rangers just struggling to find the target with these throws.
And then they hold because they'll have 2 in their arsenal. Rangers looking again.
We'll see with about 5 seconds. A hit for... Oh, never mind. Ross Gregg with a lovely catch. Just secures that set there. And Rangers need nothing. Taylor does step off. It's the start of a very long comeback for Rangers here. We'll see what they can do with just over 6 minutes left.
I don't think it's that possible, but something that is on the cards is Rangers actually losing this game and Storm below them actually overtaking them. I'm not sure sort of the maths behind it. I think there's a lot of sets, even larger sets than obviously them looking at the 3rd as well.
But yeah, looking at the time left in this game, Sheriffs with 3 sets in hand, got just over 6 minutes left. In theory, if they play out the full length of these 2 sets, they should be able to secure themselves the win. So we're going to hopefully see Rangers try and pick up the pace a little bit. Make sure they can close these out before the time runs out. And Tamas Ward with a really nice spot there. Good communication from Carrington. Pulling that ball in the air. See Tamas leap off, catch it in the air, secure that ball. And Carrington able to come back in for that catch. See what Sheriffs can do now with 3 balls. They do get the single and they just put it on target. A response from Whitelaw there onto Sam Ward.
Sam Ward obviously goes low in that instance. I think he has done every time he's in that neutral zone, right?
Yeah, I think Rangers just starting to pick up on it now. Especially seeing as they're not able to much success with the singles. I think they're starting to pick up on these counters now, which is starting to swing the game in their favour.
Oh, and that's a good trade for Whitelaw. He pushes up there, and Ben Cole is slow on the track back. They do obviously hit Stone Street out in the play before, but like you said, Whitelaw has taken full advantage and make sure he's traded out.
Yeah, massive shift in confidence now in this game. We can see Rangers starting to come alive now and just back themselves on these counters.
It's first game curse every time.
Yeah, we'll see how this game finishes up now, but you see Sheriff's taking things nice and slow. The 2-ball comes in, doesn't hit the target. Whitelaw goes very low. With 1 minute left in this set, just over 4 minutes left of the game. Whitelaw sails the ball high, but Hughes can't find the response.
But it is only a trade. It is only a sort of... Yeah, so Taylor took the catch off Carrington off the block. So Whitelaw, the second ball he threw, or Kieran, the ball that he threw, was blocked by Sam Ward. Jordan Taylor caught it, but also is out of bounds from that play. So, although Carrington goes out. Oh, and then there's
potentially a retriever error from Sheriff here. Going to give Rangers 5 balls in a time where they could really do with it, especially after that exchange from Sheriffs.
Now there is sort of less than a minute here.
And Hughes goes low, dodging both that initial attack and the delayed ball from Whitelaw there. And another dodge.
That's fine. You want the 2 in this situation. You'd rather the 2 than the 3.
Yeah, for sure. Especially seeing how Rangers have been playing this game so far. They're really starting to back their counters. So again, playing from the defensive position is probably favouring them at this point. About 5 seconds left of this set now. And a massive free throw there from Whitelaw. Ball, there we go, and that's going to be the set. Rangers take it.
Could have been closer. You probably could have looked at maybe a call on Whitelaw actually losing control of that ball, but I think he's never in control of it. It's hard to tell in that situation. You know, it's always down to ref discretion. It's so hard because he's running forward to that ball. He's not kicked it over. It is, but they want the quick sets, and that they do.
Yeah, so it looks like just under 3 minutes left of this game now. So
they need to win this set and end it within under that time.
Yeah. That's a good start for Rangers. Like I said, they're really gaining confidence now. Singles are coming in on target, and it's making the difference so far. And Sheriffs do make the response there. 2 balls onto Tamas Ward, who goes high, but just manages to get through that block. And Sheriffs again on the attack. Oh, really great teamwork there. Managing to get that deflection off the counter.
Yeah.
And that's going to put Rangers in a good place here.
It is, because it actually brings Tamas Ward back in, who goes out at the start of that set. It's a 2-ball attack. They go for the split, and they get 1 hit on that right side. Carrington and Ward actually take out Ben Call. It's a good trade for them. He's such a beneficial part of that starting lineup.
Also, they've given away 5 balls here to Sheriffs.
But they're going to play slow.
Which they're happy to do, but Sheriffs, again, going to use that time here. And now 2 balls to Rangers again on the defensive here. Double counter's going to come in here. They do get the hit onto Hughes, but they're not able to get through the ball of Sam Ward. And Sam Ward just looking to apply pressure. The 2 balls come in, they do make the hit. Rangers really starting to feel it now.
It was the turnaround they were sniffing at early on. It's Rangers has been a timeout called, but that is actually probably better for Rangers because that stops the 20-second timer. So there's 1 set in it, and actually not a minute set. So if Rangers finish this set within tight fashion, they can actually...
It's going to have to be very tight, but again, they have got the momentum now.
1 minute 7 seconds, which is what we have.
Yeah, we've managed to.
We've actually managed
affect the scoreboard here.
So yeah, that 1 minute 7 seconds, like we said, does not mean there is a final set in this game. It means there can be 2 sets. Rangers have to fight for it. They have to play aggressive. Now it is that high risk, high reward that they wanted from the start. They need this win to still come third.
But at the same time, they take too many risks. They go down in this set. Sheriffs are going to play out that time, and then the match is going in their favour. It depends whether Rangers have to make some very quick decisions to decide whether they go for this quick finish, and maybe put themselves in danger of losing the set.
Now, although they might win this set to then come into the draw, they then will still have a minute set on play. They've got 4, so we know what Sheriffs are going to play like. We know they're going to play slow. Parsons up at that line. He wants that play ball, but no play ball has been called on it. Oh, he takes the catch. But is it a catch and block? That is the question. That is the play in question.
Yeah, could really swing this set here. Depends whether that first ball was the one he caught, in which case the second ball came, hit the exact same spot, so likely hit that ball and would have been blocked back. But if the first ball was the hit, then that catch is not going to count.
We also then have to think about, and it's hard for our angle because Parsons' back is obviously to us, is that ball that he's caught, is it actually under control when that second ball's hit it? If it's bobbling around in that region, when we're going to see a no control play sort of
exactly. Although from this angle, it looked like it did get stuck in there fairly quickly, but again,
we
hard
don't
to
have
tell
the
from
best
this angle. So see what decision the refs come to here. Fair amount of discussion going on here. It looks like decision is no catch. That first ball must have been the one that hit him. Means that Rangers are going to go down 1 player here. So decision still being discussed.
They do have the 5 balls on court. Sheriffs didn't actually think they had the 5 balls, but Whitelaw did have that 5th ball tucked in this thing in his shirt, and then obviously that second ball's handed over to Rangers because before the whistle played, that ball was on their side.
You see now Rangers really trying to push things early in that set to try and finish it within that 1 minute 7 seconds, but now down 2 players. Sheriffs is going to play out this time. The Sheriffs either winning or drawing this set will give them the win in the game overall. And Ross Gregg going to give it everything in that throw, but straight into the pocket. 2 last-second catches from Sheriffs. Going to finish the game. 14-10 in favour of Sheriffs. Rangers not quite able to complete the comeback after a really, really good shift of momentum there.
And that does cement these in that 3rd place before they've even played today.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with that, especially with 2 tough games.
Next up on this court, we will have Derby Phantoms versus Storm 2, so hold tight and we'll be right back. ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Here on Dodge Central. Yeah, so my name's Phil Williams. I am the new Wales Dodgeball manager, and I've come into post just before Christmas last year. I'm really excited to be in the role. So we are at the House of Sport, Cardiff City House of Sport in Cardiff, the home essentially of Wales Dodgeball, and today is one of our trial sessions for deciding our squad for the upcoming year. My honest route into dodgeball was I was looking for a new hobby, and it just so and I know this is really cliche, but I'd watched the film, and for me, what I was then keen to do was see if there was a local dodgeball club to me, and that's how I got started with the club I did. I came into dodgeball a little bit later than a lot of other players. I know a lot of players have played at university and what have you, but for me, I joined possibly maybe a little bit too late, but ultimately not late, you know, not too late. And it's really helped me from a social perspective as well. I feel like I've really grown, got lots of new friends and people that I'm really close with now because of dodgeball, and that's been a real rewarding factor for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 of Men's Super League. Derby Phantoms play Storm 2. My name is Greg Whitehouse, and I'm joined by the majestic and wonderful
Jonathan Wilkie. Yeah, thank you very much for having me this morning. It's looking like a very, very good day, packed from 9 a.m. to our last game's at 8 with Dodgeball all across the day. So please keep your eyes peeled on that. So yeah, we've got Derby Phantoms against Storm 2. A little change in the Derby lineup. We're seeing Dan Ryan from Leicester Dodgeball fame. He's now playing on that wing alongside Miles Whitfield, who also came from Leicester, against a Storm 2 team who I think are fairly set at the bottom. They've sadly been relegated after their season.
So
I believe.
even though this game hasn't finished, they're definitely relegated.
Yeah, their points difference, I believe, is too low to be able to claw their way out. So I think they're just playing for face. Storm 2 have had a pretty good season, to be fair. They're one of those twos teams that just have had so much chopping and changing with players moving up and down between the ones and the threes.
I think that's the big problem with a lot of second teams. We were talking about sort of like where second teams are and sort of where they rank in terms of second team sort of stature, and that's always the problem that you face with the second team, that you're almost that feeding club, you're that feeding team towards the firsts.
Yeah, exactly, and it can be really tough sometimes. Oh, a great catch there by Ryan, who is wearing the Alum shirt. I think he was already out.
Yeah.
I'm unsure why.
But a good catch nonetheless.
A very good catch. Always one for the spectacle. A lovely single there by Winters on Sheehan in the middle. And Derby have had a stellar season, moving up from League One last season. Had a bit of a rocky, would they be promoted or not? And they've definitely shown that they're a Super League worthy team.
Do you know, I would always say it was what we saw 3 seasons back with MK. They were the upset team. It was the team that comes in and no one really knows their play style, because League One and Super League, although sort of they chop and change, the play styles are completely different, I would say, personally.
Yeah.
So I think when you come up from Super League, it's that play style that is very different, and a lot of Super League teams don't expect in places.
I agree. I think Derby, though, have shown that they're not really the upset. I wouldn't agree that they're the upset team. I think that in most of their games, they are the favourites. They've pushed teams. Sheriffs, they push. Rangers, they've had some really good battles with.
Yeah.
And then I think if they could just sort out their consistency, they would be definitely a top 4 team, I believe. Or at least fighting with your Storm 1, your Rangers and your Bees for that 3-4 position. A double standing counter there from Storm 2, not quite managing to hit, and the reply from Whitfield, who is wearing the shadow shirt, to hit out Libderi and to end the set, giving you a 2-point lead to Derby. It looked like a fairly comfortable set.
Yep, I'd agree. Storm 2 are sort of, it's that tough thing that you spoke about. There are these players that could, they get a sniff in within the first team there. They could play in that first team but never play. Oh, and Raven
missing
a sitter, I guess, from that far, but Dan Ryan, that left side.
Wyatt being called back in as the cross court from Dan Ryan was called a bounce. It looked like a bounce from us. It looked like a bounce from us, but we are not the refs. But it's good to see that they've communicated that across. So Wyatt back in after, some people say dead to rights is a phrase. He probably should have been hit out there. Unsure what happened there for him to be left there for so long, I guess.
I think he fumbled his left side ball in the starting rush.
Gotcha.
So he gets the first one, flicks it back cleanly. The second one, I think he is undecided whether he's flicking that back or holding it. And that is the play where he loses somewhat control over it.
Oh. A 1-for-1 trade there with Shu and Raven.
A good 1-for-1. You're taking out a middle player for a winger is always a better 1-for-1 trade.
Would you agree? I think Storm 2 would be really happy about that. However, sadly, they have given away 4. Derby opting to throw 3 there quite early on in the set, but converting the hit on Wyatt. Jihan not managing to make the standing counter on Ryan, the left wing. Good single ball attack there. Great accuracy from Anderson there to hit Winters on the shoulder after he'd made that dodge.
And those are the areas you're always looking for. So that shoulder region, that knee to toe region. Especially for aggressive single balls anyway.
Yeah, of course. And it's good to see the tracking there from Anderson. To the first ball kind of drawing the dodge out of Winters, and then Anderson converting to hit. Oh, and a tombstone, but Ellis was already there, so just a catch, really.
He's sort of sat back, he's relaxing, he's put the kettle on. And although the catch might not have been of the cleanest things in the world, because it obviously hits his knees, pops back into it. It's a good catch nonetheless.
I think a good 1-for-1 there from Smith on Sheehan, sorry. I think the Storm side were a bit annoyed about Ryan, who was hit out but still took some very aggressive steps before calling himself out. And in that space, in that time, Sood was hit out by another ball from the back of court. So I think that's something for the refs just to clear up, to make sure the players are leaving court as quick as possible. A great fake there by Raven to draw Libderi's focus, and the single from Whitfield to make the hit.
Maybe a risky single ball when you got 3 in the pocket.
Yeah, of course. I think resetting there was probably the better decision. However, Derby looked quite clinical in that set, making the hits when they needed to.
It works out. Don't say anything.
Storm 2 have brought on Ian Barrett down from the ones. I think he's
been one of those players. He's obviously, he did move to Canada, was it?
I think he moved, yes, or the US.
Yes, yeah.
New York's rings a bell, but
New York rings a bell also. But so he obviously then came back. He was in that sort of region that we spoke about. You're in that ones, but you're a sub. You play, or you sort of come into the seconds and you're sort of that consistent starter. It's so hard as a player like that. It's always finding your feet because of the difference in leagues.
Yeah, he's pretty. Look at the impact he's making already. He's one of those players that he might not physically have the fastest throw or the quickest catches, but he knows what to do. He has years of experience from playing the sport.
Oh, he's been around the game for donkeys.
Yongs. And as you can see, he knows, he's got the court awareness, I think, that only comes from playing for that amount of time.
I think you understand the game a lot more. You saw sort of when he was in free ball and in that play style that you sort of know sort of different aspects of the game.
Yeah.
Ian Barrett and Dan Ryan face off sort of in the neutral zone. None of them decide to throw, but both of them sort of know their play styles. Dan
Ryan sending the single, hitting out Ian Barrett, but getting hit by the reply from, I believe, Jake Sheehan. You got Matsu, Jake Sheehan, and Jake Wyatt left on court for Storm 2. Derby Phantoms come forward. 3-ball attack. Good reply there from Miles Whitfield on the standing counter from Matsu.
Storm have probably not found their catching rhythm that they're almost somewhat well known for. That catching sort of play style, and he throws a single. Raven fakes
good
out.
hold, very good hold.
Start to feed that catching sort of momentum. That's when things start to change in the game.
Yeah, of course. I think Storm 2 just need to settle in a bit more into this game, because they're standing countering. It looks like they're doing a bit of not panicky plays, but ones that are just a bit rushed. I think if they slowed their game down and figured out what style they want to play on the day, because sometimes the style you train may not be the one that's working on court. Figure out what they want to do and how they want to do it, and I think they'll have a lot better time. So Phantoms taking the win there, 6-0 to Phantoms. No substitutions yet on the side of Phantoms.
They do obviously have Bell and Tapping in their arsenal and on that sub bench to bring on.
Yeah, so 2 of their bigger name players, with Bell making a massive name for himself in his first season in Super League from his switch up from the junior leagues. Oh, that's really unfortunate there.
It's so close to secure, but it pings out. Almost.
Sheehan just not blocking it, sorry, but the ricochet into Sood on the wing, who taking those steps forwards. Oh, and another ricochet hit from Ian Barrett onto Sam Anderson. leaving 2 Storm 2 players left in against the Derby Phantoms. Good block there. Oh, and the block just goes over to Dan Ryan and he makes the catch.
How much would you say your mental game influences sort of dodgeball? It's something that isn't spoken about as much, but you look at the side of Storm 2 now and you can already see heads dropped. It feels like they're starting to lose track of sort of the end of the game already.
Yeah, I think that final play there with Jake left in on his own against, I think, 4 Derby balls kind of shows the spirit that whilst he could, obviously it's a tough situation to be in, he probably could have done a bit more. But watching 5 players go out so quickly is always so disheartening. So I completely agree. Their heads will have dropped here, and it's about getting that fortitude and just resetting and moving back up so that they are competitive in this game from the 8-0 down that they're on at the moment. Play 2 called there on Phantoms. Not managing to make the catch, sorry. Smith hitting him out on that missed time 2 ball, but managing to make the hit regardless. I think Phantoms at the moment, they're focusing on actually ball a bit too much. There's a lot of singles coming in and standing counters coming in towards the ball holder. I think Ed Raven is very good at blocking, or I found since playing against him a few times. Maybe need to go one off ball and try and get the aggressive hits in the middle or just inside of ball.
This time Dan Ryan does not take the catch on the standing, obviously drawn out by that faking from Ian Barrett in that central region.
Single there from Shadow going in the middle and Smith converting a aggressive hit there.
Is that his nickname or is that just a spare kit?
Spare kit.
It is a spare kit. Because I never did get that. I wasn't sure if it was. Nicknames have a weird run in dodgeball.
I'm not a fan, especially for playing kits. I think it's fine if you buy a kit and have a spare that says something on the back. I think that's completely fine. I personally wouldn't want to be called Shadow on court, but
yeah, I'd agree.
Aggressive 3-ball hit there on Libderi of Republic of Ireland fame, leaving in Ian Barrett and Sam Anderson. Good dodge there from, well. So, wow, I was going to say, well played there from Ed Raven to make the hit, but the ball hits the ball that Sam Anderson's thrown and goes into the floor. So, unlucky there from Ed Raven not to convert the hit. As a bit of tomfoolery with the balls, I guess, is the way that I would say. Trying to be PG.
Yeah. Ellis tries that cross court but does not find it. A running counter against Smith.
Good height there from Sam Anderson.
Barrett does get a hit on Winters, that left side. Now only 1 player down.
Feels like Derby are trying to do a bit too interesting tactics, is what I'd say. Since putting themselves in a very good position from very aggressive and well-constructed dodgeball, they're now trying loose singles and maybe not.
I think they're trying stuff because their second game later, I think, is more important. Not sure who they have, but they have. And I'm not saying Storm 2 are a team to joke around against. It's you've played that one play style, you now want to test other things.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's more, maybe they're taking liberties based on how the game is going, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Ed Raven not managing to convert the hit again. You see the frustration there. With such a big arm, you'd back him to be making those hits with such close range, and a little fishing there from Robbie Winters.
Yeah, does not even need to go for that. It's 6 apiece sort of in terms of players. And Ian Barrett obviously knows the areas he's looking for. When he does, then Winters obviously looks that catch way out wide. Sometimes he does make that. Ed Raven hit out on the standing. Probably when you are that tall in stature and you're almost the best time to throw is on a standing.
Yeah, I would agree. A good catch there from Ryan on the left wing. I think Ellis did a really good job there to disrupt that Storm attack. They had 4 balls, but Ellis put in an absolute shift to disrupt him. I think it's a great job by him, which put off the attack and meant that Ryan can take the single catch. Bringing back in Winters. Yeah, Wyatt had to go there as the time was running out. That's the end of the half. It's, I think, 12-0 or 14-0 to... Yeah, to not Rangers, sorry, Phantoms. Rangers is the lovely man sat next to me. I saw the turquoise socks.
Tough game, first one to watch. But we said early on it was a high risk, high reward. They needed the set difference as well as the wins. And a team like Sheriff, you start doing that and you lose your rhythm, then it all apart. And it did just that.
Completely agree. Storm 2 here, managing to make their first point of the half. Half is 11-1 instead of 12-0. I think if Phantoms want to put a good scoreline on Storm 2 here, they just have to go back to what they were doing well and grind out the win, as opposed to Storm, who really need to, I think, slow down the Phantoms' momentum and just focus on playing some succinct dodgeball, I guess, would be the way I'd put it. Nothing too loose, just playing what you need to play, making the hits, focusing on the basics, as opposed to going for loose standings, trying to make free flow catches, that kind of stuff. Just settle into it. It doesn't seem like they've done yet on this half. What the age-old question, Greg? If you were in that team talk, what would you be saying to Storm 2? If you were Johnny Day there, ball retrieving from the ones.
Personal opinion, you're at this stage in the league, round 9, you've been relegated, you need to go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
You know, whether when you go out and you're trying to do everything and you're playing Phantoms who are doing 90% of things perfect and 90% of things right in this game, it's hard to sort of change up your play style. You go out there, you have fun, you enjoy Dodgeball, what it's for, you know. Next league, you play in League 1, and Storm 2 are probably in the upper region of second.
Yeah. Well, they're the only second team in Super League.
Exactly. And that have been the only team ever to be second team wise. You also have to think about British Open tomorrow.
Yes.
We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. We're on a double weekender here in both Burton on Trent.
Yeah, Burton on Trent, and then Nottingham
tomorrow. So a double header for this weekend. Round 9 for National League is somewhat more important than British Open. For others,
to some teams,
British Open is more exciting than and more important than round 9.
I completely agree. That's not a perspective I thought about. I think I was taking every day, every match and things as they come. But when you're a team in Storm 2's position where the writing is on the walls and your outcome has been set, I would agree. Having a smile on your face and actually just enjoying the day would be a priority. We'll see. I'm not sure what the change in the table could be for Phantoms here with a win, depending on the points difference. We have got some updates and we are looking at them at the moment. We're trying to update as it goes along. Great there. So Phantoms have made some changes. Ed Raven coming off for Simon Tapping, and Don Smith coming off, or Tom Bell. Tom Bell making a very good quick start there. A single there from one of the Storm 2 players, hitting out Ryan Ellis on the Phantom side. And Phantoms come forward with 3 balls. Single there from Robbie Winters, goes straight at Frankie Libderi. Pings off his chest with a great amount of strength. Standing counter there from Dan Ryan. Storm 2, coming forward with 3 balls. And Dan Ryan takes a cheeky catch off of his thigh, it seemed. Play 2 was called on Storm 2, meaning they have lost Jake Wyatt. Dan Manson left in on his own. Good honesty there, calling the hit. And that is the set to Phantoms.
Just like that, we've said go out and have fun. you come out and you lose the step within under a minute and a half.
Yeah, Jake Sheehan coming off for Frankie Libdiri in that set as well. Good battle there for the middle ball. Really unfortunate from Jake Wyatt taking the hit on Robbie. The ball going up, but going straight up for Simon Tapping to take the catch. Some exchanges there. Dan Ryan being hit out. And 5 balls now to Phantoms. Sam Anderson almost making that catch. Going for 2 different targets there. Only managing to convert the 1 hit.
I think even if he makes the catch, he is then out anyway.
I believe so too, but...
Yeah. The catch is a close one.
Great block there from Ian Barrett and a good reply by the Storm 2 players to convert the hit and still have 4 balls.
And when you have that 1 ball left and Tapping has to try that, it's sort of that aggressive play, because although you're sacrificing yourself, you're also stopping any sort of split call and losing 2.
Yeah, of course.
It's always the maximum sort of 1 player you would lose in that, and even then you can even look for a trade, which Tapping does try to do. Unfortunately, Barrett is on that left side and he gets the block first.
Do you think Simon Tapping was intentionally targeting Barrett there as probably the stronger head on that team?
Stronger head, he's the closer opponent, he's sort of the one that is... If any ball is going to come most accurate, it's going to come from Barrett.
Yeah, of course.
Something we spoke about last meet, if you remember back, was the last ball being in the centre. It's something that we see in foam style. Maybe I'd like to see it a little in sort of cloth dodgeball, just to see if it does work as much as it does in the foam play style.
So I've been thinking about this, and my thought process. I'm unsure. No hit there. Will Shue at the front of court. Ryan Ellis. Sorry to derail the conversation, but this set is really picking up with the 3 Storm 2 players left against Ryan Ellis on the Derby Phantom side. Ryan with 3 balls. A block there from Ian Barrett. Oh, a hit. Not a hit, sorry, a block. Good lead there from Barrett. Ellis with a strong throw. And a very cheeky. Drops his ball and makes the catch.
That is a catch.
That is a catch.
That is a catch.
Very well done there from Ian Barrett. Ed Raven not agreeing, but everyone else seeming to not care. There seems to be a catch. All of the refs calling it a catch. I think Ed Raven was the only person that didn't think it was. Anyway, those are our first points for Storm 2 of this match. Tom Bell coming forward with the quick start, not managing to hit. Jake Wyatt, Simon Tapping dropping his ball and calling himself out for the invalid. 4 balls now on the Storm 2 side. Play 2 has been called and they released 2 at Dan Ryan. But I think with the foam ball, I think you don't have to expose your back as much. So with a cloth ball, there's a bit more rotation in your core, putting your arm a bit further back so you can get the real power in your throw. And I think by having your back exposed to, in theory, 2 players as that final ball, you're just looking to get hit. I think with foam, you can have a bit more width of your arm to get a strong throw in.
So it can stay in front of you a lot
So you
longer.
can stay central, yeah. Okay. So for me, it's about body placement and how easy you are being hit.
Yeah.
You turn your back, you're probably going to be hit by a good 2-ball attack. Good single there from Matt Soon.
And they give away 4 Phantoms. What is going on these last couple of sets?
Going a bit loose on possession there.
They were up 11-1.
11-1 at half time. It's 13-3 now. Storm 2 not managing to convert the 2-ball attack.
Wait on that left side from... Dodge trying to disrupt Dan Ryan.
Oh, good dodge there from Barrett. Storm 2 have been playing quite aggressive defensive style. They're always in Phantom's faces. They're really trying to get up there and be a presence. Oh.
Storm 2 getting away with a bit of tomfoolery, flinging their balls around towards themselves. I think every ball was at a different opponent there from the side of Storm.
Yeah,
so maybe a little bit of communication could have found some of Phantoms heading to the outbox.
Yeah, a bit of. Ooh. Oh. So I thought Will Shue had taken that catch. Dan Ryan calling it a block on his hand and then releasing. Not a dangerous throw, I think.
He does ask the ref before he throws, which is a fair thing to do. Esnuff says no hit.
Yes.
So in that play, Dan Ryan does everything right in terms of that play. Maybe at the old Leicester Minotaurs, we might have seen a card being called and a headshot in that play, but
potentially. But
but Dan Ryan is a changed man.
Yes, and Minotaurs have not been covered under Dodge Central, so we will not comment. The call has been called a. So I think it was called a block. However, I'm unsure what referee middle ref Sam Mason, has called. It seems like there was another justification. Dan Ryan is taking it quite gracefully, gone to the outbox.
And at the end of the day, the ref is the final call, and you say nothing about it. So.
Yeah, of course. Will Shue being hit out on the 2-ball attack, flirting with that back line, but calling his hit, calling the honesty. Winters throwing the standing, making a good dodge to get out of the way of the 2 incoming returns.
Something we haven't spoke about, and it focuses a little away from this game for a bit. Rangers losing that first game actually now puts them behind Storm. So instead of fighting for that third, they're actually now back fighting for the fourth, which isn't even in their hands because they can only win the game and hope Storm sort of
don't.
Yeah.
Are Phantoms in that competition as well?
Phantoms would have to win both.
Yeah.
And Rangers would have to lose both. They have now next game Silverbacks. The thing is now Storm overtake them, but only on set difference.
I see.
So they need to put set difference against Silverbacks.
Of course. It just shows how close this season is.
In that mid-region, it always has been. Last year, it was sort of 1, 2, and 3 in terms of Spartans, Meteors, Rangers was so... The gap between 1, 2, and 3 and 4 was so big.
Yeah.
This year, it's more 3, 4, 5, that closer sort of.
Yeah, and last season especially, Bees, with a resurgence towards the end of the season, I think Bees pushing Rangers, of course, the second single that Dan Ryan has thrown at ball retriever Johnny Day. Not managing to make that. A standing counter there from Sam Anderson, sorry. Matsoud making the hit. It's a very close headshot. I think it looked a bit closer than it was. But Matsoud, did a brilliant job there.
He does take out Tom Bell, it's what we said.
Staggered that attack,
when you have
made the hit.
It's the max one you're ever going to get out, but he's taken the trade. It's a 1-for-1. It's the perfect response when you only have one ball.
And completely derailed the attack is, I think, the biggest part of it. Because with that one ball, you, as we keep saying, that's all you want to do is derail the attack. Storm 2 coming forward with 3 balls now. Good shot there by Sheehan, who's been brought on for Jake Wyatt. Just checking that Ryan, making sure he's not coming up to court too quickly in those counters.
Because he does have a big stride, and when he is at backcourt and he's running towards you, it forever will be one of the most terrifying things.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I started playing before that was, or after, sorry, that was such a threat. But yeah, another good shot by Sam Anderson there to take out Miles Whitfield on that free throw. Aggressive there from Simon Tapping, seeing that all of the Storm balls had been released.
Anderson is looking for the trade back there where he gets hit. It's the flick back towards Tapping that he's after.
Oh, very good dodge there by Jake Sheehan, dodging the 2 and then just managing to bring his ball across to block that third ball. Yeah, Simon Tapping there, selling out Ryan Ellis, I guess.
Sold him
really
out. Sold him a dream.
Unless that's a call, and they've made that previously.
I think that is a call, but I don't think then Ryan Ellis has full control of it. Tapping personally has thrown that a cross court a little too late for my liking.
Oh, Robbie Winters managing to get away with that. Lots of trades here, leaving it a 1-for-1 with Robbie Winters against Will Shue. I think Robbie making 2 hits there. The trade between Ian and Simon, or the 1-for-1, sorry, with Barrett and Tapping, leaving Will Shue left in. It's a draw. I don't know if you heard that, but the Rangers contingent in the crowd wanting to see the 1v1 at the end of that.
Doesn't everyone want to see the 1-for-1?
Of course. Bring you some score updates from across the board. We have Spartans, Wessex, 19-3 to Spartans. And then Sheriff's 2s against Hartlepool Mavericks. It is 15-5 to Hartlepool Mavericks.
And Phantoms versus...
Phantoms 2s versus Nighthawks. 9-5 to Phantoms 2s.
But the drop
from Robbie Winters in the middle there. One of the more prolific catches in Super League. Probably not quite happy with that. A 2-ball attack there on 2 different targets. Managing to make the 1 hit on Jake Sheehan.
And earlier on in that game, Storm probably would have decided to throw that running counter, but decided this time around they take the 4, they get the hit on Tapping, and they do just that.
Great, strong 2-ball attack. Tapping very aggravated with that, but he did jump and didn't jump that high, so the hit there. Good. Great block, but he's just rolled off the back of the court. Barrett done a very good job there, and great communication there from Dom Smith, pointing at the target, a countdown on the running counter, and both balls came in really, really well timed. Very good play there by Dom Smith on that wing with Tom Bell.
And Smith decides to fake. He actually then goes for the throw, although I thought they were going to set with a 3. I think he throws that ball early on, try and disrupt this sort of play ball call. Then don't want to be throwing 2. It gives Storm the 4 balls.
Yeah, I think in that situation, you definitely had enough time to make a call and then go forwards with 3. So as long as you've got that forward movement, play ball isn't going to get called on you, regardless of how long the ball's been messed around by the ball retrievers behind you. We do have a substitution here. There was a substitution. Jan Ryan taken off for Dom Smith, who is now back on court. Oh, almost a lovely neutral zone catch there by Will Shue.
He almost pushes it out himself.
Yeah.
It looks secure at the first instant.
Manson just slowing play down, communicating these 2 Imperial boys, or Matt Sood of ex-Imperial, Sam of current Imperial. A lot of this, well, 3 out of the 7 members in Storm 2 are Imperial or have been Imperial.
Tom Bell with a catch there, looks straight at him.
Followed it the entire way.
Yeah, he knows that's coming.
Yeah. Very central shot as well. Matsud left in on his own against 5 Rangers. Standing counter there. 5 Phantoms. I have refed Phantoms and Rangers more times than I'd like to admit, so I get it's. I'll just call them Derby from now on. I hope I'm not commentating either game later on. Greg is now sulking.
Oh, no. Yeah, how dare you? How dare you?
Score is now 16-6 to Derby Phantoms. We have got not a lot left on this set, on this half, sorry.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes left on the clock. And that play of the meet has not been decided yet, so you can go to the YouTube later on in the day. There will be we'll show that throughout the day, and we've got a little QR code that will pop up on. So you can head to that.
Thank you. And there have been some brilliant plays in that play of the meet for you to vote for.
Personal favourite? Is it the Storm one where he catches against Rangers? I mean, he has no right to catch that, so it's so hard.
It's nothing to do with the fact it's against Rangers. It's more the fact that Murdad Damavandi, the player there, is a very good player. Talks a lot.
Yeah.
So out of all the players, and from going to uni with him and being a good friend of mine, I think we'll never hear the end of it, but it's completely deserved in my opinion. A bit lazy there from Dom Smith on the block, trying to block it up. Wilshu not staying aware of that second ball. The set goes to Derby Phantoms, leaving the score 18-6 to Phantoms. I think a game that just Storm couldn't quite drag it back, and the play just got away with him. Got away from them, sorry.
Next game on this court as that game comes to a close. Bees versus Meteors. So I don't think Rangers now can catch Bees, so Bees have secured third.
Well, yes. Yes, of course.
No matter what. So for Bees, it's about going out there and pushing to the max to try and actually take Meteors. They have Meteors and Spartans, so if they lose against Meteors but beat Spartans, it actually causes a bit of a disruption in terms of fighting for first, I believe. It might be a bit of a set difference. Yeah. I can tell you because I've got it up right in front of me.
Yes, I think so.
Meteors, if they win both, Spartans lose one, it is about set difference again. So again, Super League has come down to sniffing at that Super League. Obviously, Spartans are currently win 24, but
yes.
So Meteors would have to do a fair bit in terms of getting set points. They will actually start next game with 4 due to 2 yellow cards given.
Yes.
Sort of in that play. Spartans started their first game with 5 because Sam Richards was given a yellow card between meets.
As I saw, I think Spartans did go up 10-0.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that 5 minutes made a difference.
It's always the big thing anyway, that sort of when you're in that upper echelon, you start with 4, you start with 5, you're still so dominant.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, and stay tuned because the game is coming very shortly. Subscribe while you're here.
Yeah, please do. And vote, as we said, vote for your Player of the Meet from round 8. Will we bring out Player of the Meet from round 9 as quick as possible afterwards? Please keep an eye on all the social media, so we do have a lot of great content bringing up for you. And yeah, stay tuned for Meteors versus Bees.
and gentlemen, welcome.
Hello everyone, and we're back for the third game in the Men's Super League today. We've got for you Lutterworth Meteors versus Manchester Bees. Second versus third in the Super League table.
Yeah, and it's in for an interesting game because as many people are aware, and if you're not, we'll just quickly go over. You'll notice that Lutterworth Meteors today will start the game with 4 players on court. It's because of some retrospective disciplinary action from a previous league meet. So players Tim Day and Joe Brown will have to start off for the first 5 minutes of the game. No set times. No number of sets, just time. So 5 minutes. So it's in Meteor's interest to maybe start a bit slow today. Get those 2 people back on court when they can.
Yeah, I believe the decisions are actually from 2 league meets.
It is, yes.
So again, a lot of decisions have to be made behind the scenes. But final decision is 2 yellow cards for Meteors. So again, like we said, they're going to start 2 players down. We'll see how Bees start off here. They're going to do everything they can to sort of take advantage of these first 5 minutes where Meteors are going to be down 2 players.
Absolutely. Mathematically, Bees can still achieve a second place finish. And they need to beat the current second, Meteors, to do so. So they're all the incentives in the world for them to start strong here. But it's curious, isn't it? It's like if you're Meteors, what tactics do you go for? Do you put on the ones available who are your more kind of dodgy, lively players who can stay alive a bit better? Or do you go for some power arms, try and keep possession and throw through? It'll be interesting to see what they go for in terms of the approach from there. And same for Bees. They've been quite a fluid team this year. They've made lots of subs very quick. Let's see if they keep a more settled team and try and throw through to get ready to start. Always waiting to see which of the 4 Meteors line up on court first.
But yeah, it's looking at the league table currently. It looks like Manchester Bees are going to have to gain 4 points on Meteors today if they do want to take that second spot. I mean, Meteors are going to have to lose both of their games. I'm not sure who their second game is against today.
Not sure, no.
No, I'm not sure actually. So.
Yeah, we won't guess, it's fine.
No. And yeah, set difference is looking to be about around 30. So as far as set difference goes, it's very doable. But again, Meteor's going to have to lose both games today in order for the table to shift. So see how it starts.
It's one of the first times we've seen a relatively full strength in terms of squad depth Meteors this season. Well, hasn't happened enough for them. Doesn't help this full season. So let's see the 4 who are coming on. I see Nathan Christopherson, Dan Evans, Brett Koenig, and Nathan or Simon. Nick seems to have he's got a retriever's bib. He's passed it.
Simon Jones.
Yeah, I can see the thinking behind that. You have Dan and Brett will have majority of ball on the wing. Good blockers, good throwers, good power. Di and Nathan, both good catchers, good survivability. It's a sensible strategy, I think, for Meteors. And over on Killer's side, we have Aidan Woodall, Liam Ryder, Ross McGuigan, Adam Badley, John T. Bird, and Adam Bembridge, left to right, as you see. Here we go. Yeah. Somewhat predictably, Meteors haven't run for middle.
It's going to be a single up ball for Bees here. Which I'm sure Meteors will be more than happy with. They're just going to probably burn down this time now.
Here we go. Yeah, big single from Dan. Here comes Bembridge. No, chooses not to. That's it. It's how many risks as Bees do you take here while you've got the advantage? You still try and play sensibly. Another single.
Going to be down the middle. It's not going to be on target.
There'd be an argument if you're Manchester Bees to possibly throw 2. Yes, you do give 4 balls away, but there isn't 4 people to throw them back. Brett was called out there.
Yeah, and a 1-for-1 for Bees there.
2 for 1.
2 for 1.
So there's still a player up. Meteors approach now with 3. Single from Nathan. Solid block from Jonty there. And I imagine we might see another single.
Single up ball again. Dan Evans just tucks himself below that one. No need to block.
And you see, normally we're used to quite an intensity from Meteors. We see on court a lot. It's one of their big strengths. And at the moment, it's not coming at the moment. They're playing very methodically. And it's working. It's a great hit from Sion Aiden. 3-all.
Yeah, now we're tied up here. Meteors again playing very slow, tactical, just working back this advantage here. And two balls released at separate targets from Bees there.
Miscommunication. I think Meteors thought they hit Jonty there, but I think block was called. They came up and they were too happy with it. Here they come again. They've got 4 themselves now. The 1-for-1. Oh, a lovely hit from Dan.
And now Meteors up in this set, starting 2 players down.
And just like that.
And a safe block there from Kristoffersson.
Yeah, not looking for a catch, not looking for any hero plays there. They've played this set really sensibly so far. They've played out the time quite well. Yeah. Now all the pressure's on Adam to make the throw here.
Safe stuff from Meteors there. Happy to play that single nice and high.
And I think the ball has rolled across to Bees. Try and look, it's gone off court as you can see at the moment. Here we go.
2 balls, hit comes in. Meteors secure that first set with 4 players.
I don't think they could have asked for a much better start there, and they did it in just over 2 minutes as well, about 2.5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, very, very composed from them there. Just taking a little step back, playing it slow, waiting for the opportunities, not trying to force anything, which I think has done them a lot of favours there.
And even losing Brett relatively early into the set, they didn't waver. They just stayed composed and went. Very, very impressive from Bees in that. Meteor that set.
Yeah, took the exchanges when they were there. Sensible, nothing risky.
Brett trying to bait that throw off Aiden there on that side. Be an interesting battle throughout, you'd say, though. 2 of the bigger arms in the league, respectively, playing opposite always makes for a good contest normally.
Now, towards the end of this set, assuming it goes on for two or more minutes, you'll end up with the two players that have been yellow carded will return to the outbox, so they can potentially be caught back in, with Meteors gaining more than 4 players towards the end of this set.
You see Brett with his ankle strapped up there. There's a little bit of a limp after that last throw. I wonder if he is still at 100%. I'd say not looking at the ankle brace there.
So, comment in the chat asking about what the yellow cards were for. Seems like the disciplinary... That's a mouthful there. The disciplinary committee have come together to discuss the incidents that happened. And they've opted for a yellow card for Tim Day's actions against London Storm.
Joe was in the same game?
Joe Brown, the same game. After the long discussion about that decision on the day at the time, after the discussion, he came back on the court and played again. So again, the committee decided that was another yellow. So
yeah, that's a great hit from Liam there. I think Bees needed that as well. Having lost Aiden to a 2-ball and a few throws going askew, a good hit from Liam to restore a little bit of parity for them in this set. Again, it's a relatively easy throw for Dan to get out of the way of. They don't feel like they're testing them with the singles that much in this game so far. I'm looking at, you can see Aiden and Matt are having a chat at the top. Obviously, Matt and Dan in the subs at the moment. And Sam Mason, the ref, has now called that 5 minutes has passed. So Joe and Tim are now moving into the outbox, which means if catches are made and it happens, they now can appear on court and play, and they will start the next set on.
Albeit Simon Jones was the first player out, so he will be the first player to come in for a catch. About 30 seconds left on this set timer now. Meteors a player down, but again, playing this very sensibly. Showing a lot of respect for that pressure from Liam Ryder.
It's a great catch.
But he sets himself up really nicely there.
And I mean, it's a great catch that brings Aiden back on. I believe he was first out, which is good. So 4-on-1. Bees are probably going to want to finish this now, but I suppose in terms of that, it doesn't matter in terms of player anymore.
And Ross goes with that catch,
and Liam gets the hit to finish. It's great from there, 2-2. I don't think Meteors will be too disappointed though.
No, I think all things considered, coming out exactly where you started really. Both teams even after those 5 minutes, and now Meteor's going to be a lot stronger on the court with 6 players. I think they'll be more than happy with that.
And the 2 players who were in the sim bin, proverbially, are now ball retrieving.
In lovely yellow.
That's their reward for
coloured.
They've served their time, and now they're doing some work back. But that does bring on obviously Nick Mester and Nathan David, number 14 and 22 on the left-hand side for Meteors now.
Yeah, and Woodall with an early release there makes the hit onto Koenig. But never mind, the catch from Gustafsson brings him straight back in, and it's Whittle again that made that initial hit. And a lovely two-ball attack. I think Meteors one of those teams that two balls consistently hit in the same spot, same time.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever done the stats, but I'd imagine their two-ball hit rate is probably pretty high.
Yeah.
Looking at it. And that's another hit again on Brett. That's the second one. And yeah, given out by Sam, the line ref, just to confirm. This is the problem when you come up against teams at the top of the league, that even the ones who haven't held the ball, if you're going to throw a single, there isn't a nice target to go for.
No, it's true.
And that's great work from Dan Evans there. He's baited a ball off Jonty to give Meteors 4 if they can get it on court in time before play ball's called.
Yeah, now 4 players apiece. 2 balls for Meteors. Again, that's very clinical 2-ball.
Well, it's very hard if you're Liam Ryder, the ball holder there, because even if you throw across there, you leave yourself open to 2 very big arms right in front of you. As he does there, and then opens himself up and gets hit. I think that's a double hit. Oh, no.
No, Gustafsson rolls off court there.
I wasn't sure from our angle. I thought Nick got clipped as well then, but no. Good hit from Adam, good aggression. You have to fire back sometimes, don't you?
Now, an early pre-throw from Ross McGuigan. I don't know how you pronounce that.
McGuigan.
Apologies. I gave it a go. And Meteors clean that setup.
Really good hits from Dan Evans consistently in that game there. One thing he's very good at, because he has quite a long wind-up to his throw, whipping it across court. So although he's opposite one winger, he's excellent at hitting it over to the side as well. And we've seen 2 or 3 demonstrations already. The players on B's who are currently on that side, your Ross, your Aidens, and, well, I say that, Aiden's gone off. So Jonty, Ross and Liam, they've got to be careful of releasing. That ball will come at them from the other side.
And Meteor's going to take that 3rd ball off the start here. See what they can do with it here. Yeah, Nathan David does make the hit there onto Jonty Bird.
He'd already picked his dodge, didn't he? Had his head down there from Jonty. He committed early.
Committed very early. And Meteor's a team you can back to put that ball on target.
Yeah. We've seen Matt Wheel and Dan Newton come on now for Manchester Bees. Matt with the ball on the right of your screen. Dan currently in the middle position. And another 2-ball hit for Meteors. A lot of teams in this league are normally quite apprehensive about throwing 2 so early into a game. I think that's a double hit. Yeah, double hit.
2 players walking off there. Meteors already finding the momentum here.
They fired back straight away. They may have lost 2, but they got a reverse double hit out of it. So
Benbridge with some preemptive dodge in there. Meteors opted not to throw the ball at him. And he gets clipped again on that really nice 2-ball from Meteors.
Good tracking from Nick there, because Benbridge did a nice lateral movement. You know, in theory, he's done the right thing there. It was all good, but Nick's tracked it really well. Here we go, Matt now has 2 balls. Meteors with the 3. Do you think we'll see a double?
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Meteors, 3 balls now. Matt Wheel likely to try and put a little pre-throw in here. Doesn't come. Tries to dodge for Meteors, but 3 balls on target. It's going to make the hit.
Yeah, it's a sensible risk for Meteors there. They throw 3, given who said their accuracy normally. There's a good chance they're making the hit with all 3 balls, and then if not, there's only one person. He can't throw all 3 back.
Yeah, 3 players to hit, and again, Meteors being such a strong catch inside. You've got 3 players going to set themselves for that catch, and give them 3 attempts, they're going to take 1.
That is 6-2 as we approach towards the end of the first half. About 4.5 minutes of the actual half remaining.
And 2 balls come out of Bees there.
Well, the ball has gone to the court, so I don't know if Bees are going to get lucky with this.
Yeah, looks like Bees are likely to get that one back.
And once it comes through the net anyway. Quite funny, you can't see it on the stream, but watching the journey of a ball from court to court sometimes.
Yeah, Koenig caught slightly up court.
Oh no! And Dan, it bounces off Brett and it hits Dan on the shin. It's very unfortunate if you're Newton there.
Yeah, the rebound there, just one of those things you've got to be so aware after you throw that ball. And Nathan David drops for that catch. It's there, but he can't quite keep hold of it. And just slips out of the hands.
And then Ross, though, has gone for an extra hit afterwards and given away the 4th ball. 4 players, a ball each. I think we'll see 3.
Yeah, Meteors with 4 balls here. They've been a big threat all game. Going to see the delayed throw, but it bounces. No, that is going to be a hit.
Time paused.
But it seems the ref's not quite sure about that one.
I know. I think they were unsure whether it hit Jonty or not, but Bees have good honesty there. They've said it is. Happy to carry on. Always good to check with the line refs. I mean, having a team, an experienced line reffing team like Spartans helps in games like this where there's a lot of close calls. It's difficult as a player sometimes. You put your head down or something and you're not always sure if it's bounced and hit you, if it's come off someone else. You always like to just double check, don't you?
Yeah, especially when you're really committing for those dodge, tucking yourself out the way. You can't see where those balls are coming from. Like you feel the hit, but does that ball bounce? Does that ball, worth just standing there waiting for the refs to make their decision?
Yeah.
And in this case, he gets called out for it. Like I say, all these line refs really paying attention here. It does make the job of the main refs a lot easier. And Matt Wheel goes for the block there, just loses control of that ball.
And Liam's gone for the single ball hit, but he's gone for ball holder. Interesting strategy. He had 3 Meteors there who were all without a ball, a bit more open. And Nick was quite far back in set. I don't think one was necessarily going to come back at him. But he's still chosen not to go for it.
Yeah, we see Ryder there release that ball and drop looking for that catch, but Meteors aren't going to give him anything there. They've seen that one too many times. Not only this game, but
throughout many years at this point. And a good, solid block from Dan off a relatively straightforward single.
A big commitment into the dodge there. And Ryder pushes up court, but Jones just plants that ball on his back on the way up. And Meteor's going to take a 3-set advantage, 8-2 here. It looks like just over 2 minutes left in this half.
So a slightly shorter set now to finish. It'll be good. Bees will need this going into the second half. This is quite a big set for them, you'd say. And some more substitutions for Meteors. We've seen Tim Day and Joe Brown, the people who started in the sin bin, now on for Simon and Nathan, who have both had very strong halves up to this point. I think they'll be really happy.
And Wheel makes the hit. Brown's going to be straight back into the L box there.
Not got a lot of court time even after his sin bin suspension.
Yeah, Tim Day with a nice little shot onto Newton there.
It's a great hit, isn't it?
And Koenig with a cross court.
Matt wasn't sure if it bounced. I can see why Matt would ask the question. It was very close, but it's a good hit from Brett on there. And again, Tim Day just showing what he brings to this team with that quick release single from the middle.
Yeah, I mean, two very quick releases there. He's maybe just caught off guard.
It's a great pre-throw hit.
Bembridge with the pre-throw does get the hit onto Tim. With the catch on the cross court off Dan Evans.
It's a really good catch. He's off balance. It's not even in his body fully there. Like, I don't think Dan, should Dan hold maybe, but it's not a bad throw given the position Liam was in.
The cross court release on target, it's good.
And given how many he's hit so far, I can see why he's gone for it. It's a great take from Ryder.
Bembridge and Ryder charging up now. And Koenig with the early release to try and distract that counter, but
they throw at different targets. This time it works.
Yeah.
Here we go. What was that, 5-2? Yeah. This is a big set for Bees. I'll need to see this out from here now. It's a good hit from Bembridge. Nathan David, he's not caught it, but the whip he has on that throw is very difficult.
Yeah, looks for that cross-court pre-throw, which is something you see a lot. And Mester sidesteps, blocks.
Good dodging.
Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strong throws there, but Bees just easily moving out of the way. Ryder applying the pressure. Gets that ball out of Mester, blocks it down. Bees are just going to reset with 3 here. We'll see what Mester opts to do in this situation with 2 balls. Going to put a free throw in and gets the hit onto Bembridge, but can't follow through with the catch.
Really good from Bees there. Taking a leaf out of Meteor's book and throwing all 3 where they were throwing singles and a half. Are we going to get a minute set to finish?
We are going to get a minute set to finish.
8-4. I mean, this is now big. Now they've won that one. If it goes in at half time, 8-6. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, will be big for Bees if they can manage to get this one back here. Meteors just starting to run away with it, but if they can grab these 2 sets really quickly, they'll definitely be in with a shot in the second half.
That gave away the 4th ball, but good lateral movement from Aiden there, dodging both out the way. That was a gamble. To give 4 balls away at the start against a team like Meteors. I know it's only a short set. It's brave, but they got through it.
Newton releasing from the middle there. Looks to go cross-court at Dan Evans on it. Got him on his way up. Maybe tries to catch him as he's on his way down from that jump, but the ball isn't on target. And nor is the Meteors ball there.
Yeah, release from Koenig again. He's thrown a lot of his balls so far at that wing, at ball holder over there. He's clearly trying to recognise the threat that comes back.
About 15 seconds left now. Every hit's going to count. And Dan Evans does get hit there.
Less than 10 seconds. I'm not sure if Meteors are aware they need to go, though.
And Tim Day charges up.
Yeah.
Makes the hit onto Aiden.
Yeah,
and a second hit onto Jonty. And Meteors are going to take that set.
By 4.
Really, really good awareness there. We weren't sure they were going to go for it. And all of a sudden, about 5 seconds left on the set, we see 2 players charge up, 2 hits.
Tim just snapped to life, didn't he? He just came up and then that gave Brett the impetus to go. Yeah. I think Bees will be disappointed there. They played, I'd say, 45 seconds of that minute really well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Dodgeball, that's all it takes. 2 balls, 2 hits. Changes the set.
For half-time, is that a 10-4 now?
That is going to be 10-4. Yeah, Meteors now starting to come into it after that a slow start, but for good reason.
Yeah.
And a slow start they'll be happy with, I think.
Yeah.
Considered.
I think managed to play get their player disadvantage, managed to do it in 2 sets and winning one of them. Not terrible at all.
Really, really good result. They'll be well happy with that. And they'll be well happy with the score at half-time here.
And a quick score from the other court. It is Bedford Rangers versus Coventry Silverbacks. It appears to be 6-all at half-time over there. Obviously, Rangers lost their first game to Nottingham Sheriffs 14-10. And I believe, I didn't see who Silverbacks played first. Have they? Oh, this is their first match.
I believe, yes, they played.
We're not sure. We're not going to guess again. We're not going to give false information here. We're not that type of stream.
No guesses here.
From there, but 6-all. Obviously, a very good game over on the other court there from that side. But yeah, we come here, like we said, 10-4. You can see very intense team talk from Bees going on there. If you're in there, what do you think they need to change in the second half?
It's tough, I think, because I'm not sure they're doing much wrong. I think Meteors have just been playing the 2-ball game very well. I think Bees just need to make sure, if they're going to get hit by those, make sure they're not letting them bounce back and just really take those 4 balls if Meteors are going to give them to you and make them count.
Yeah.
I think if Bees can hit the 2 balls as consistently as Meteors, there's no reason they can't keep up with them and potentially bring this game back. But like I've said, Meteors with the 2 balls have just been on it, I think.
Yeah, 100%. It's very hard. You can play it as well as you want, but when a team's got the accuracy that we've just seen in that first half overall, very difficult to do your game plan. I think Bees have the chance to maybe get possession a little bit. You know, Meteors are sometimes throwing 1 or 2 at ball holder, which they're surviving. There's a chance to get 4.
Yeah, and I think a very slight difference with this half. Though probably doesn't make a huge difference, but we're going to have Bees playing with their backs to the net here, which should potentially get them a couple of extra balls throughout this half.
Yeah, I retrieved 4 Nottingham Sheriffs in their first game, which was on the stream earlier today, and when you retrieve in that end where the kind of barricades are, you can see the 10 signs at the back. The way the balls bounce off them, it's really hard if you're trying to grab multiples of retriever to try and get it on, and you have to shout at court. So you might see more ball possession on the closer half of court this time.
Yeah, I think that'll allow Bees to take that 2-ball attack a little bit easier without having to worry about possession quite as much.
Yes, absolutely. I can see already a substitution made for Lutterworth Meteors. Dan Evans has come off, and Nathan Christopherson back on. Cy Jones staying off for the moment. Sure, we'll see him soon though.
And it doesn't look like any changes for Manchester Bees at the moment.
Yeah, Ross McGuigan and Alex Benbridge are the substitutes as we see it currently. Again, Bees have been quite fluid with their subs this season. I'm sure it'll only be a few sets until they're back on from there. It's always a good game when these two play. And again, it's been close. There's been no sets which have gone particularly one-sided, I'd say.
Oh, no, for sure. I think both teams have really looked at this game. I think it's Meteors have just had that slight edge, which has allowed them to just pull away.
I'd say there's 2 sets Meteors won there, which they won in the last, well, the minute set in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Another in the last 30, so it's showing you how close it is. Yeah, good block from Matt, choosing not to do anything there. Single from very deep from Nathan David there. I think Meteors, they're quite happy to have 2 balls.
Yeah, they get a single from Woodall there down the middle. Koenig with the strong cross-court, drops for that tombstone, and he is going to get hit there.
Yeah, and I think Nathan also hit on the other side. Matt really pumped up there. It's a great hit from Matt.
Yeah, a lot of support for Bees here. Hearing a lot of cheers after those 2 hits.
Yeah, always come with a big following, Bees, but I believe the people sat just in front of us are all Meteors fans, hearing the chants in the first half as well from the Leicester area.
early free-throw there, slightly too early from Jonty Bird. Meteors reset for 4, going to play 3 here.
It was a great piece of communication because Tim was winding up to do a quick release because he thought they had 3. Here's the hold shot, they reset from there.
And there we go, another fairly safe single from Tim Day there on the...
Yeah, a few throws, nothing really happening in that set, just a bit.
And a free throw comes in, well timed, but not on target.
Nathan thought he made the hit, but I think that was definitely a block from Woodall there.
And a delayed ball from Woodall.
Does that count as lost control from Tim over there? I don't think... That's a hit there and a block. No, it doesn't, because he didn't have full control. We saw that in another game earlier.
Again, Meteors now bringing that 2-player advantage for Bees down, evening things up.
It was a brave decision from Adam. I feel Adam Bandler there to charge up when there was no cover behind him. There was no, there was no balls on the Bees side.
Well, it seems like Tim Day has been called out there.
I didn't see what for. Did you? Sorry.
No.
Oh, they did call it a roll in the end. Right. Okay. I wasn't sure. Okay. It's a bit of a sticky one that because sometimes it depends on how much grip you have on the ball and things like that. So. It's a 1-for-1, Aiden and Brett. Manchester will be very happy with that as an exchange, though.
Now Mester with it all to do. About 45 left in this set here. And it looks like both teams looking for this last ball. Bees are going to grab it. 3 balls for them. Mester with 2.
It's definitely
and an early pre gets the hit onto Newton.
It's a great hit there. Nice dipping low shot. Not a lot Dan can do when he's in the motion.
Yeah, and Bees don't follow through with the hit.
Oh.
And a nice, as he turns his back to run, to try and close the distance.
He's tried to set himself for that falling catch, hasn't he? The kind of inverse tombstone almost.
Yeah.
Interesting decision for him to throw both at the front of court there. I thought he might
tough decision there, because, I mean, backtracking is always going to be slower in dodgeball. That's why you see so many running counters, right? Running forward is always going to be better than running backwards, so players will run forward and close that distance. And we saw Mester there turn his back to run straight to try and keep his distance. But again, as soon as you turn around, you're opening your back up, and there's very little risk of you catching. But either way, we're back.
Liam not happy. I think he's unhappy. He didn't get much cover there after he threw. But it's a good hit from. I think it was Nathan David who got the hit on him. Good pressure from Adam there, just not letting Tim take that ball easy. Oh, yeah, Matt thought he made the hit. It was a bit 50-50 there, but line refs all in agreement. Now he's made the hit, though. I'll bring it back to 5-all.
Yeah, 2 balls from Meteors there, but Woodall steps out the way of both of those. Still 5 players apiece. And a strong hit there from Matt Wheel.
Sai a bit annoyed at himself there. He didn't catch that, but it's a really difficult throw to throw to catch there. From Sai. He did well to get that close, I think.
Yeah, all the Meteors players hold themselves to a really, really high standard.
And we're just seeing a bit of copy and paste. It's the same out that happened to Nathan Christopherson there on Tim Day. They've let Matt come up and have his clear after throw, no pressure coming back.
And a free throw gets the hit onto Joe Brown, but the trade is there.
The trade is there, 1-for-1 again. The player up numbers work in B's favour. And that's a slow 2 balls for Meteors there. That's a great hit on Nathan.
Really nice. That first ball just gets him in the air, and the second ball hits him on the way down. Not much you can do to get yourself out of the way of that one.
Yeah, no, not a lot, Nathan. No, he's made a good big movement, and they've just capitalised on that.
We've got Brett throwing 2 balls there.
Puts 4 in Meteors, in Killer B's favour. See if Brett can do this. He's only got 1.
That's a single ball from Woodall to the left of Koenig there, trying to make him either commit to that decision with the catch, the drop.
Yeah, no hits, blocked by Brett.
Goes for that counter there, but the ball goes high.
Good dodge from Adam, nice and low there, nice from Adam.
Still 4 players from Define with about 40 seconds left here.
Interesting, do you think when Bees had fallen through 1, that was on purpose or miscommunication?
Potentially a miscommunication, but again, it's a fairly safe one, putting that safe single in. Wasn't really catchable there for...
No, and they're making Brett do all the work here.
And again, you see him setting himself for that catch.
Great fate from Aiden. Good composure, that. How many people have we seen throw that straight into Brett over the years?
And there we go again, and the single coming out.
Seems like keep your eyes up though, Bees.
And a bounce there. Koenig sets himself, and a very well placed ball from John T. Bird. Such a dangerous position that is.
Yeah.
And he's placed it just on his foot, just on his leg, so he's not able to get his hands to that one.
He's got that completely right, where we've seen it go completely wrong.
We've seen, yeah.
For many people. But 10-8, the first 2 sets of the half going back to bees. Now they've made some substitutions again. Liam and John T off, Alex Benbridge and Ross back on.
Yeah, now the score difference down to 1 set here, 2 points. 10-8 now in favour of Meteors, but we're seeing bees have picked up the momentum at the start of this half now.
Yeah, no hit, good dodge from side there, nice and low. Dan Evans back on here for Meteors.
And Newton almost securing that catch there. The ball just froze there for a second, but didn't get his hands to it. And
Dan Evans giving out there. Alex Harrison is calling Nathan David. The centre ref said no bounce, but Alex Harrison calling it. Bees aren't too happy with that, I don't think. Understandably, when you're the team, you always want to get those decisions.
Nathan David goes low, gets hit. See, tucks his head out the way of that one.
Matt Wheel really making these hits at the start of the second half so far.
And a pre-throw from Brett Koenig. Doesn't connect.
Good dodge from Matt there. He looks like he's about to wind up. He's done well to reshape.
And now Bees coming up quickly before that ball can get to Simon Jones.
That's a great hit.
Yeah, really well. They noticed that ball hadn't come in from the retriever yet. And they opted to take that shot early before he could get it. You saw him just sort of trying to, and badly with a lovely
catch. It's a great catch from Adam. Right in the shoulder and everything.
Yeah, like I was saying, Bees just taking that hit there before.
Yeah, I was going to say, no one came back on yet. Yeah, Dan's taken a very gingerly walk back onto court there. Don't know why, that was a bit strange.
Now Bees with 3-player advantage here. Playing it nice and slow. Yep. And a single, very safe from Matt Wheel down the middle there. We'll see what Meteors choose to do. They do get the hit there.
Dan's
2 balls.
Dan straight back off court. That was a short stay for him this time, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, and a really nice no-look cross-court there from Brett Koenig.
It's a really good hit. Benbridge has got nice and low, blocked the first one from Joe. Not doing a lot about that ankle breaker for the second.
Yeah, Meteors definitely one of those teams that you can't count them out of it until the very end, but Bees, they do make the hit there.
This composure we're seeing so far from Bees in the second half to reset, to not be duped in by the pre-throws, is very good. And Joe's giving himself out, good honesty. And that brings it to 10-all.
And it looks like a timeout there called. Nathan David calls that timeout for Meteors.
I think that's sensible. What's that, 3 sets in a row they've just lost now?
Yeah, I believe 3 sets now. See, maybe a change of approach from Meteors here. Haven't noticed as many of those 2 balls in this half. Maybe again, maybe it's like we mentioned that they're throwing against the net this time round, so there's slightly more dangerous as far as possession's concerned.
Yeah, I feel they've been I feel Meteors have been looser with possession this half compared to first.
Yeah.
They've been throwing in the pre-throws quite a bit quicker, and Bees have had the wherewithal to not just throw straight back, to reset, take the extra ball. Yeah, and it's working. Yeah,
Bees been very composed in this half. And yeah, Meteors just haven't really been able to find their feet in these last couple of sets.
I'd say so far, like each side is having a slight star man, aren't they? I think Matt Wheel, the second half, has really started. I hope I'm not going to commentate as curse anyone here, but Matt's had a really good start second half. In that first half, I thought Dan Evans was very clinical for Meteor, so I hope they get him firing again this half. The fact they're playing opposite each other makes it a bit more interesting as well.
We'll see how this plays out now. At 5, maybe 6 minutes left of this game.
Oh, referee having a quick chat about something.
And play is going to resume here. It's going to be 3 balls for Bees, opt in to play it slow.
Ross McGuigan's been such a consistent just winner of the middle ball for years now for Bees.
Oh, and Dan Evans just looks to try and protect his teammate there. Placing that ball in front of him. Looks like he tried to block the ball out of the way, but couldn't quite get it.
No
so Meteors go a play down.
I noticed there's a lot more pressure coming from free throws from Bees this half as well. They're definitely up in the ante, not letting Meteors have the one of the court as they did in the first half a little bit. Well, good throw from Aiden, shuts down a chance of Brett coming back.
And Joe Brown goes low, catches that ball.
It's a really solid catch from Joe. He set himself low. He's done early, and that just swings the game back. One catch does that. I know it's only 6-5, but at this level, once we get the ball back in play, some good juggling from Brennan there.
We've also got the MVP vote for this game is currently up in the YouTube chat, so we'd love to hear what you think. We've currently selected, I believe it's Dan Evans on the Meteor side, and Matt Wheel as he secures that catch there. Matt Wheel is our MVP on the side of Bees here, so let us know which of those players you think is the man of the match.
It's a great 2 for 2. Oh no, 3 for 2. There, so we see Nathan David and Simon Jones depart from Meteors, Matt, Adam and Aiden, but that still leaves a 3-on-1 in favour of Bees. They won't be unhappy at that at all. All the pressure up, making Joe come to it. And it's catch
Joe Brown just stands there, not a lot you can do in that situation. And Bees, for I believe the first time in this game now, take the lead by 1 set.
12-10. I got lost in the shuffle a little bit because a lot of things were happening. There was a deflection ball up after hitting Dan. 2 balls in the air. Bees go for the deflection catch. Brett tries to cover his teammates, as you should. Unfortunately, that's what the ball that Matt actually catches.
Yeah, and I think Matt Will must have heard me say his name there, because he decides to take that catch just on cue.
Big aggressive start. Ben Bridges running up to make a hit off the quick start, and Brett's seen it already in a great free throw hit. Meteors with 4. We've not seen a lot of that this half.
And Woodall looks like...
What are we saying? They're saying hit first.
Hit 2 balls at Woodall there. He secures one of them, but Dan Mason, very experienced ref, spots that hit first. We've seen a lot of these no-look cross courts from Koenig. It's definitely a staple of his playbook.
He's been doing it all season.
And Dan Evans with the free throw there.
The big aggressive free throw. It's so hard to predict. He takes such a wind up. As the player who's on the end of it, you never know if he's going to go low or high. So it makes your job really difficult in that situation.
Yeah, and it's a definite shift in the pace there for Meteors here. Just about a minute played of this set, and already Bees down to 2 players.
And one thing that Meteors did there that what not many teams do, they were already up court, they weren't sure. Sai looked at Dan, they gave it a 3-2-1 and still made the double hit on Matt, which is good to give him the advantage. Then great covering from Nathan on Brett on the backtrack. I think 1 hit on Adam. Is it a hit on Ross?
1 for 1 there. Ross is going to stay in here. Doesn't look like there's any hits there.
No. Now, if you're Ross, you're going to probably play this time out a little bit. You don't want Meteors building a quick pace of momentum if you can help it.
And we see that spinning ball there thrown across at Dan Evans.
Good fake from Dan.
And Meteors resetting with 3.
Oh, no hands there.
Yeah, very nice.
Can Ross make a hit before it's on court? No, he can't.
It seems like a hit's been called there on Joe Brown.
Yeah, Joe looked to the ref. Or was it a line fault? I'm not too sure. Either way.
Not sure, but it looks
Ross
like
won't mind.
Line ref confident with that decision there. Oh, and the single ball. He manages to find one, but his hands aren't there. Meteor's going to claw that set back.
That makes it 12 all as we go on. And then we see more changes made now on the side of Killer Bees. Dan Newton, Adam Badley off. Liam Ryder and Jonty Bird back on for the final. Well, not long now. I think it's going to be a short set.
Potentially, yeah. That's like about a minute and a half potentially left now. I think Liam Ryder is probably a big substitution here. He was a big player in their first half, I think.
Yeah, he did some really good stuff. So to have him relatively fresher now coming on, having a chance to rest. 2 minutes and 3 seconds I haven't communicated from court left in this game now. That's it. 2:03 just said from Sam again. Sam just communicating as a centre ref here. So we're going to start with 2:03 on the clock. Here we go.
And there we go, 2 minutes and 3 seconds left of this game. And Brett Koenig goes for the early release. It's going to give away 4 balls to Bees. Nathan David.
But then they make 2 hits back. Oh no, one. Oh, sorry, apologies. I thought Dan was hit as well, but then Brett hit as well, so a 1-for-1.
There's 5 players aside here. About a minute 40 left. And no hit for Meteors.
Oh, great hit from Nathan.
Matt Christopherson just holds his ground there, I think, catches Bees off guard.
It's a great dodge there from Dan, getting nice and high. There's a lot of venom behind that ball from Bembridge there. Good throw, good dodge.
Yeah, Meteors with 3 balls. They're going to throw 2, but Woodall gets out the way. And a big release from Bembridge, but not hitting the target.
He's not hit, and now they had 4 balls as well. Now they're giving Meteors a second back. They're very good with 2.
Yeah, Woodall goes cross court, doesn't hit. Nathan David with the response onto Johnsy, who gets out the way of that one. And we see again, Bees now with 3 balls.
I think there's about a minute left.
And they opt to throw 2 at separate targets, neither on target.
Bad communication, I think, there.
And frustration from Bees there.
I can't believe the call was to throw 2 there, so I think miscommunication. Here come Meteors with 4.
And a free throw comes in early, blocked away. But no hits on the side of Meteors.
Oh.
Means the Bees are still in this one.
1 hit levels it. There is about 35 seconds remaining.
And Joe Brown manages to wiggle his legs around in the air there.
Good job staying on court, tucking in behind Nathan there.
25 seconds, Meteors, 3 balls. A hit doesn't come in. And a trade, 1-for-1, Bembridge for Evans. Nathan David reaching over that centre line.
There is 14 seconds remaining. This would be...
An early pre-throw, no hit. It's going to be a trade. And it's even 2-on-2.
5 seconds remaining.
It's going to be a 2-ball. Separate targets, miscommunication from Bees. And Meteors with the final play of the game, but the whistle blows.
Finishes 2-all. That is a draw.
And the game's going to be tied.
13-all. What a great game of dodgeball that was.
What a final set that was. Really couldn't call it until the whistle blew there.
My adrenaline's pumping.
And you see Nathan David there, head in his hands. Not hand in his head.
That'd be impressive. But that's a really good game. Get voting for your MVP in the comments. I think it's still live. But let's see who got it in the end.
Decision goes the way of Matt Wheel there.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That was such a strong second half from him.
Yeah, really, really good performance from Bees there. And I think Meteors going to be a bit disappointed with that one, but especially after their start. I mean, a really strong start considering they started with 4 players, but Bees, again, just coming back into that second half really strong and managed to bring that game back.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. That was a great demonstration of the top level there. You can see why they're both at the top. The next game on the stream for you is Nottingham Sheriffs versus London Storm first team.
Although I think the draw there does mean that Meteors are going to secure the 2nd place in the league.
Yeah, and I think that mathematically gives it to Spartans as league winners now.
I believe that's the case, yeah.
So they won their first game, so have to go from there. But
we'll be back soon with another game.
The commentary team will be back with you shortly. As I said, enjoy the next game. It is London Storm versus Nottingham Sheriffs. Thanks, everyone.
Hello and welcome to Game 4 of Men's Super League. You join us just as Cool hits out Lavity at the back of court. Lavity goes for that catch. We have Nottingham Sheriffs versus London Storm Ones in the Men's Super League. I am one of your commentators, Jonathan Wilkie, joined by the ever illustrious
Greg Whitehouse.
Fan of that, yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
This is our fourth game of the day. If you're joining us from the drama of Manchester Bees versus Lutterworth Meteors, I'm not sure there's as much drama in this game.
So for Rangers now, obviously not fighting for third, they're actually currently behind. Now they've dropped to fifth because them losing to Sheriffs puts them equal with points as Storm, but behind on set difference. So Storm are currently ahead. So they're actually after Sheriffs to win this game, or at least beat them by a fair amount of set points.
Yeah, there you go. It seems to be every game at the moment has some level of, some degree of spiciness and meaning behind it.
They're fighting for bragging rights because this year British champs is only for top 2 in English League, and third will qualify if last year's winners Meteors finish in that top 2, which obviously.
So last year's winners get an automatic.
Correct. So it's top 2 from English, top 2 from Scottish, top 2 from NI. Top Welsh team, now a bit of a controversial one because they are actually down in League 2.
Yes.
But they don't have their individual leagues anymore, so fair in that aspect of the Welsh division still involved.
Yeah.
So the Welsh League, last year's winners, and obviously that one Wales team, who is Ronda Dragons. Fowler hit out there, so they do actually go down, which is what Rangers are after.
Always bringing it back to Rangers, aren't you, Greg?
No, because that's what Rangers and Storm are fighting.
That's true.
Like I said, it's not position, it's only for the bragging rights of what team.
Yeah, and I think all of the teams here want to finish as high as they possibly can. Speaking of Rangers, Rangers are your refs, your line refs today. We've had that quite often. I'm not sure if it's well placed by British Dodgeball or just every team seems to have a stake in every game. That a lot of the refs are directly impacted by the outcome of the game.
The one earlier where Sheriff played Rangers, Bees. A good catch.
And Murdad, Damavandi, who got absolutely clattered by Sam Lavity, is back on his feet looking great. What an absolute... And Damavandi called out by Sam Mason, unsure why.
I think the catch wasn't secure, so he was hit out, and then that catch that Lavity made wasn't secure or
yeah.
in the instant. So.
But at the end of that exchange, Storm are up 4 players to 3.
That's one for the highlight reel.
That's one for the, well, not the most positive highlight reel. Luckily, Damavandi is back on his feet, and I think Lavity...
That could have gone a lot worse.
It could have. They're both fine, it looks like. I think... On Bencool, not managing to take that catch off of Dan Gittings. However, James Fowler making the hit on Bencool. The Ball ricocheting up, and Jamie Hughes, with no opposition, manages to take the easy catch. Craddock dodges a good 3-ball attack by Nottingham Sheriffs. Left with 3 balls. See what he can do here against the remaining players.
Sheriffs, yet again, they're not fighting for anything in this league, but they are causing sort of upsets along the way.
They've definitely been playing. They've been a great team to watch this meet this season. Managed to convert with the staggered hits. This season they've had some ups and some downs, but they're showing that they're definitely a Super League level team. After, I believe, yo-yoing for a bit between that League One and Super League, they've now cemented themselves in the men's Super League. So that set goes to Sheriffs with 4-0 to the Nottingham Sheriffs. Storm applying a lot of pressure. Sheriffs just sending the quick single, and I believe 2 substitutions. Cam Relton on, and Stephen Dumbe for
Sam Laverty and Jamie Craddock.
Sam Lav and Jamie Craddock, and Steve and Dumbe making his presence shown instantly with a strong single on Dom Holmes. John Taylor applying the pressure. Cool coming up, pushing them to the line. Sheriffs come forward with 3 balls.
And it's always good to see a player like Ndumbe when he comes on. And it's weird, his play style. He has that arm. He does take the catches, but you wouldn't say that his dodging is the finest, but he is such a court presence. That is his biggest attribute.
Yeah, of course. Johnny Day going for an opportunistic single, not managing to make the hit, and giving away 4 balls. Giving away the 4th ball. Damavandi punished there. Oh, bad trade there for Storm. Damavandi hit out on the single. Cam Relton as well. And then Steve going for the reply, getting hit out by.
That's 6-5 in that one play. They lose 3.
Yeah.
That's you're never looking for that. It's what we said earlier. The max you're ever looking for is 2 out of a play because of the split call. There, you know, Sheriffs have hit that delay. They've taken out Relton, and then Taylor takes out Ndumbe. That.
Oh, not managing to convert that hit on Ben Cool, who goes low under the first and dodges. And the second ball coming from Gittings isn't quite low enough. Sheriffs coming forward with 3 now. Gittings staying alive. Good block there by Ward. Sends the reply, I believe that's the 3rd ball for Storm. Ball coming from the back of court. Exchanges there. Not managing to convert that 2-ball attack on Jamie Hughes. Jordan Taylor hitting a very good off-centre single on Johnny Day. Storm with 2 players left. Sheriffs with 5. Oh, a great standing there by Dan Gittings.
Foul hit out on that 2-ball attack. He goes low.
Gittings looking against his former club mates at Sheriffs. And the catch there by Ward on Gittings. Storm are down 6-0.
When Sam Ward is in form, he is so influential on that side of Sheriffs. It's such a bit of a mismatch of players in terms of they've all been sort of a higher echelon of some international players. And Sheriffs definitely, like you said earlier, cementing themselves this year in Super League.
Oh, so unfortunate there. Ball to bounce.
I think a bit of a discussion there. Lawrence thinks block has bounced. I thought he blocked it straight onto him.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's the conversation there. Was it a block into the floor? Hit's been called. It's been called there on Fowler. Goes out. Just a bit unfortunate there. Storm coming forward with 3 balls. Searching single from Cam Relton. The reply from Cool onto Ndumbe in the middle, who just blocks it into the ground. Yeah, good trade there. Good 1-for-1. The reply onto Stephen Ndumbe. And Jamie Hughes getting hit out by Gittings. Opportunistic single there. Another hit from Relton onto Holmes. Holmes calling it a hit. However, it looked like a clean block from our perspective. And Storm are now up for the first time in the game. Storm with 4 players against the Sheriff, the 3 Sheriffs, sorry. A 1-for-1 there with Cam Relton getting caught out quite high up court. Good dodge there, dodging there from Cool and Gittings as the post throw comes in from Sam Ward. Tracking very well there by the 2 Storm players as Cool goes up.
Dodges both at head height.
Doesn't jump as high as maybe the Storm players wanted him to. Good block there by Gittings. Giving Storm 3 balls.
Guys, not to throw that, just as Sam Ward receives his ball from ball retriever.
Yeah, and a strong 2-ball attack by Gittings and Tamavandi. Leaving Ben Coolin on his own. Block there from Day. Ball retriever makes a good job to get around. And a good fake there. Not managing to convert there. You can see Day, as he turns around, he's showing the amount of balls that he believes the team has. Giving a bit of reasoning for the wayward singles. Looks like Storm are just looking to clean this set out, knowing that they've still got quite a lot of time left.
20 seconds still left on the clock.
Well, time left in the game as well. Single hit there. Dodge low from Cool. Yeah, and a shot there from Gittings. High on Cool, who goes down.
I'd never say that was a card. It's at back court. It's not.
I wouldn't say that's a card at all.
Okay.
Back of court.
I think there was some go the card signs from spectators.
Wow.
Well, there would be. They're Spartans.
Yeah. Well. But yeah, I think that's completely fine. A player that has been shown to be going high quite often. He's been throwing himself around.
Yeah.
So it's just one of the things. If you dodge and get hit in the head, you dodge and get hit in the head. Yeah. It's part of the game. So they made that substitution. Gordon on for Cool. Storm coming forward with 3 balls now. Lavon for Damavandi and Craddock back on for Fowler. Thing there from Lavity in the middle. I say Lav or Lavity? Lavity.
A lot of people call him Sam Lav.
Yeah, hit out there by the single. A lot of balls thrown there.
Yeah, Relton on that right side, he's thrown, and Gordon looking completely the opposite way. Obviously, you've got Tim Day on that. You've got Johnny Day on that left side, so you're constantly staring at him anyway. Oh. And Dumbe gets the hit on Jamie Hughes.
Straight through the block, showing the power that Ndumbe has in his throw. Looked like Johnny wanted to receive that off the block. Storm now with 3. Gittings, Day, and Ndumbe. Sorry, Craddock, Gittings, and Ndumbe come forward. Cheeky. You've been seeing that a lot more recently with the 1-foot flick.
Dom Holmes, sort of a big fan of it. Dom Smith, a big fan of it.
You see a couple of the Coventry Silverbacks players like it.
Yeah.
Alex Taylor's a big fan.
I think because often you think it's a fake in that instant, because why would you throw off the 1 foot?
Yeah. Relton doing well to get out of the way there as Ward sent an off-ball shot. Yeah, making that hit. That ball coming back. Or trying to spin it a bit, it seems, to catch some of the players off guard.
Yeah, he's trying to catch Ndumbe off guard there because he's looking down the eyes of Gittings. So it's hard in that instance, but I think Ward disappointed with himself then that he doesn't even get the hit on it.
Yeah. 3 balls now. 2 ball attack. Done well by Taylor. Survive. But they come forward with 3 balls. 2-player deficit for Sheriffs at the moment. Johnny Day taking that 1-for-1 against Copping. However, leaving Storm without a ball as I think the ball came off the players in the outbox. Relton doing a very good job to get out of the way. Taylor sending another shot just to give them 2 balls. Sheriffs come forward with 2. Ndimbe dodges out of the way. Gittings doesn't manage to convert the hit on Sam Ward. Ndimbe applying the pressure. 1-for-1 there on Relton from Taylor. Storm take their second set. Bit of momentum here with Storm after losing those 3 sets. Now they've come back to get 2. Like a good showing at the moment.
This will be the final set in the half, the minute set on the clock. Will Storm come back and take the draw in this first half to 6 apiece?
Oh, well done to Relton there to get that 3rd ball. Oh, wow. Sam Laverty, an absolute snapper off the foot of Jordan Taylor. It just pings up. Great shot there by Johnny Day. Gordon, known for his catching in this Sheriffs team, hasn't quite managed just to get his rhythm going.
Johnny Day nearly catches that.
I was going to say a bit of a lazy dodge there by Day, as that ball kind of softly ricochets between his legs.
Play 2 is called. Oh, Ward close to making the catch. Holmes gets the hit. About 5 seconds left.
You can see what Holmes was doing there. As Storm were up in the set, he kind of needed to go for the aggressive hits.
Yeah. Gets the aggressive hit, but they're still down 4-2. That is the end of the first half, 6 apiece. So ever since Ndumbe has come back on, he's made that slight impact game itself.
I think there were a lot of catches in that set and this first half for Sheriffs, and bringing on your stronger arms. Which Storm are very much known for. Maybe not so much this Storm team, but definitely made a difference to the outcome of the game.
Just as the half-time, I think it's time for a little clip of the play of the meets from last round 8. It hasn't been decided yet, so you
Voting
can vote.
is still open.
So we'll play.
And he gets over the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Given us valid from the refs.
And there's a catch and no hit. What a dodge! And the last second, Storm.
And welcome back. as they line up for the start of the second half of this game. The score is 6-all between Nottingham Sheriffs and London Storm 1.
And like the video just shown, you can see the full 10 submissions from round 8 for play of the meet on the YouTube channel Dodge Central.
Yeah, of course. Please stick your vote in. We want as many people voting as possible. Very good start there by Storm. The single hitting Jordan Taylor out. Ben Cool going for the post throw, and the reply coming from Jamie Craddock, I believe. James Fowler on for Johnny Day, and Murda Damavandi on for Dan Gitty. Close shot there by Gordon to as Damavandi almost dodges into it.
Like you said, good start from Storm in this set.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
As they hit that single on Copping.
So 3 out. They're obviously taking the momentum they had in the first half. But they were actually 6 down.
6-0 down?
Yeah.
Yeah, well done there by Fowler. Not managing to retain the ball, but a bit of panic there from Gordon as he takes that bit opportunistic shot. Ward doing well there not to go off the back line. Dodging that 2-ball attack. 3-ball attack maybe.
Craddock with that high sort of knees up dodge. Avoids the 2 from Holmes and Gordon.
Storm coming forward with 3 balls. Maybe playing a bit defensively here. Throwing up ball as they're up by 3 players in this set. Standing counter there from Fowler, not managing to find Gordon. Steve applying that pressure. And a catch there from Fowler. And a return hit there from Ward. The hit out in Dumbe. Oh, the pre-throw catch there from Holmes. And the underarm from Lav.
He's actually done well there to take that trade on that. Fowler, when he's caught out by Holmes, has looked across and he's been stitched up there because that, I can tell you now, that is not the call.
Backline called by Whitelaw as the referee.
Yeah, not hit out, but he's and it takes out Lav, takes out Relton.
And we have a 1-for-1 with Jordan Taylor against Jamie Craddock. Jordan Taylor with 3 balls. A spin on that from Jordan Taylor.
Now he's got the 2 balls. It's in his back pocket. I'd always favour the 2 here now.
Yeah. And out of some of the players, Taylor is known for his dodging and his speed up court. And the experience that Taylor has. You can see him, I would say, taking this, but see what Craddock can do. And it's the draw.
Can you take the draw?
Sheriff's perspective? Yes.
Yeah.
Sheriff's losing 3 players so quickly, then coming back into it with that clutch free throw catch, and then losing another player and just evening it out a little bit. The draw there's fine. And it slows down that Storm momentum that could have been unchecked if they'd run away with that set.
Full start though on the side of Sheriff.
Line ref Scotty Whitelaw calling it. He would know a full start. Very much into sprinting now.
He doesn't even run middle ball for us.
Yeah.
Maybe over the a bit longer distance of 8 metres.
Yeah. Have you, I don't suppose you've seen the new EDF full start rules?
I haven't.
Full start is 5 balls to the non-offending team.
I have seen that, I have seen that.
It's pretty wild.
And a line
fall as he makes the catch and comes down. Holmes done a brilliant job there.
He's dodged the 2, he's taking the catch.
Maybe your great post throw. Relton caught napping at the back of court there.
But despite them losing the 5 balls from the start, Sheriffs have actually pulled this back into 4 apiece.
Yeah, 2 very clutch moments there. The 5 balls for Storm, but then the dodge catch from Holmes would have left them with 6 on 5 and possession. Free throw there from Dumbe. Or just guides it away from his feet. Good dodge there by Lavity in the middle. Managing to get out of the way and giving Storm 4 balls. And a ball searching for us up here in the not the coaching box, the commentary box. Now 3 apiece.
3 balls, and the majority of balls on the side of Nottingham Sheriffs.
Defensive single there from Gordon in the middle, throwing at Dumbe. Good lateral dodging there from Taylor. Very close. Sheriff's come forward with 4 balls, but 3 in hand. And Ndumbe blocks it into Craddock and gets hit out at the same time. Lav on his own.
Taylor with a block. First ball.
Oh, and a great hit. Oh, and hit called. Just grazing that leg, made a great off ball.
He's always looking for that, you know, when someone's tracked back in them, that you know they're going low. You never want to be looking into the region of their chest and that catching area. You're always looking in that, what we call like the fishing zone, sort of just outside of
the box, also called the box, catching box. Sam Lavity, well known for his drop to the knees catch.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time, especially on that post throw. He's a tough player to play against because he's a big target, but he gets himself low so quickly. Timeout here called by Storm, which I think is completely valid. They had a lot of momentum going into the half, and that set, just cooling it down a bit. 9-7 to Sheriffs. They're lining back up. A change on the side of Sheriffs with Jamie Hughes coming back on for Jordan Taylor. And Dan Gittings coming on for Stephen Dumbe. And Johnny Day coming back on. Cam Relton.
And as you said in the first half, Josh Gordon, known for his catching, secures one right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a... not the best throw from Fowler there. Gordon gets himself in a good position on that right wing. Searching single from Johnny Day. Trying to catch some of those middle players off guard.
Single again from Sheriffs this side, from the side of Ben Cool on that left side.
Oh, great single there from Dan Gittings. Hitting out, popping in the middle there.
Cool, luckily, when he's thrown that ball, it's been blocked straight back at him. So he does actually have the ball in hand, and Gittings is hit out. He's made that pre-dodge, but the delay from Dom Holmes catches him off guard.
Dom Holmes does have a very, very strong in cross court, that right arm. So in those other positions across court, he can really catch you off guard if you're not paying a lot of attention. Block there by Lavity. Johnny Day not managing to make the catch. And watches it all the way, but it's a good off-centre shot. Lav hit out by the cross court of Dom Holmes, as well as the other 2 balls. Damavandi and Craddock left in with 4 balls. Holmes has the single on the side of 5 balls now for Storm. High dodge by Ben Cool.
Something you have to start looking at now is the MVPs for this game. player from each side will be nominated. Sam Ward takes the catch, and personally, it's
Definitely putting himself in the mix.
It's been him or Jordan Taylor for me.
I think they both played really well. I think Dom Holmes can put his name there as well. I think good block there by Damavandi. I think the issue you have with players like Cool, Ward, Taylors, they're just so consistently strong.
Yeah.
So they don't do the flashiest things. They're not always making the massive hits.
And that's what MVP is sometimes so hard to decide, and some people sort of not get offended, but they sort of judge it upon themselves. If you've played a consistent game, you're not always up for MVP because that is your game and you're expected of that. It's kind of hard in that you go for the player that has played the best all game, or the player that has sort of pushed themselves sort of further.
As I've always said, to me, it's the player that if you remove them from the team, would their team done as well?
Personally, and Ndumbe for me.
And Ndumbe on the other team, he's definitely made a difference since he's come on. I think Dan Gittings as well. Dan and Steve, or Ndumbe and Gittings, just had a different energy, especially in that first half. Yeah. The first set they won was off the Gittings shot on Cool, and you could see what it meant to him. Bit of a I think Day was rushing it a bit there. I'm not sure how long is left.
And the player, well, I'll go Sam Ward for me personally.
I would agree. I think Sam's played a very good game. I think the difference between Sam Ward and Jordan Taylor and Dom Holmes isn't massive, but Ward has been very good consistently all throughout this game. Good block there by Damavandi in the middle.
Bit of miscommunication there from the side of Gordon and Hughes on that wing there.
Oh, great off-centre shot.
That one didn't feel right.
Yeah, you can see Gordon's already got the taping there. Hope he's okay. Maybe just pinged his thumb on the way past.
Yeah.
One of the worst injuries.
Oh, awful.
It can just happen. Hope Gordon is okay.
That MVP vote is available in the YouTube comments section.
Please give us your opinion.
Jamie Hughes looks at that one on that left side, but decides against it. He knows what Lav can do. He knows Sam Laverty can take the catches. Sheriffs are up 2 set points here. Now Storm have to play a bit of damage management if they do end up losing the game. That set difference that has been so crucial in Super League.
Although, looking at our time, I'm not sure whether or not it's right, but there will be at least 2 sets left. And this set is very even, so Storm are in a position with the clock to bring it back. Good defence there. Hit there. Ward managing to get the block up just in time for Damavandi's shot.
Yeah. Poppin, maybe if he was stood up there, probably could have taken that, or at least looked for it. You know, you're taking yourself out in the play, but you do get the trade off that you're only minimising then Storm to one player.
Storm playing very aggressively just to make that hit. We've got less than a minute on our clock. We're not sure what they have. Oh, Damavandi just dropping that first ball. Sam Laverty left in on his own against Jamie Hughes, Sam Copping and Sam Ward. Very close to the block.
The block now, a play 3 on the cards.
I would say a good dodge, but he didn't really dodge.
Yeah, it was good throwing. It wasn't bad throwing from Sheriff.
Very good grouping by Sheriff.
Very good grouping, yeah.
Oh, one hit. He's not quite seen Ward leave court there. Oh, and the miss, no hit, and it's a 1v1, and they brought the draw, which
isn't bad for Sheriffs at all.
Yeah.
I actually think Storm can't get fourth now thinking about it, because for them to catch up with Rangers, they would have to win both. So if they lose this game, it's then not possible.
Yeah.
I will double check that.
Yeah, we will double check. However, we're just checking the scores. It should still be a 2-set difference to Sheriffs. They're just adjusting the draw.
Yeah, 12-8. 12-8, and now looking at Men's Super League and where it's at, Rangers at the start of the day were on 20 points, Storm on 18. Obviously, Rangers lost that first one, so they both would have been on 20. But now Storm are obviously losing this game, so then they don't get the other win, whereas Rangers did pick up that win against Silverbacks on court 1. So Rangers take that 4th. It's only higher placing. It's nothing to qualify further because obviously a full start yet again from the side of Sheriffs. It's that movement before the whistle that is causing that full start.
Yeah.
2 minutes there or thereabouts.
Yeah, so Storm have been given an opportunity to really clean this set up, and they do need to.
Yeah.
Let's hope they do a better job this time than they did last time. Yeah, so they've made one hit there. A good dodge there. No hit called on Hughes. Bounce is called across the court by the line refs.
Yeah. So only one player out in the play from the 5-ball start.
Which is, it's a start.
It is a start, but it's a slow one at that.
Yeah.
And you need a quicker start out of the block. Personally, when you're going for 5 balls, it always feels like the start of the set is so slow. And Ndumbe, as he's up that vote for sort of MVP, and he has made a huge difference. And maybe without him, they might have been a lot further behind.
Damavandi dropping, not managing to make the catch. Fowler committing to the 1v1 against Holmes. Jamie Hughes sending that to Rose across. Fowler having to go aggressive here, not managing to make the hit. Bulls just have to go now.
Yeah, 45 seconds left on the clock now.
We need to finish this set.
Maybe even less on the clock then.
Yeah, less on the set. It's a draw there, and Storm don't manage to make the comeback. Sheriffs take the win, a very well-worked win. Giving Sheriffs the score there. I thought that was a very fun game.
I think the decision on the last set is Sheriffs do actually win it because they believe that Relton is out before he's released his ball. Which
I would agree there. Yeah. It's a tough one, but those ones are always, some of them are a little clearer than others. Yeah. I've been one of your hosts for today, Jonathan Wilkie. I'm going to disappear now because I've got my stuff to do.
Congratulations to Stephen Ndumbe for taking that MVP. Yeah, obviously, they don't take the win, but like I said, maybe without Steve, it could have been a completely different story. They were 6 down at the start. They brought on Ndumbe, and they definitely were in the game a lot more with him on court.
Yeah, of course. I think Sheriffs very well deserve that win. And next on this court, we have.
I can tell you. Bees versus Spartans.
Bees versus Spartans. So, I believe
Spartans have definitely won the league.
Just wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah, I'll say that. Are you going to clip that and save that in your phone? And
I'll send it back. I'll make sure.
And Bees have secured 3rd. So this game is now for nothing but sort of points and sort of we beat Spartans or we beat Bees. Sort of league. So. Stay tuned, subscribe while you're here onto Dodge Central. Plenty of content coming for the rest of the year, and obviously after round 9 the season is not over.
There are more opens and internationals, and we'll be bringing content as much as we can. Go and vote for your round 8 pick. We'll be bringing, I think there's a QR code coming up at some stage. Maybe not, probably not.
No, it's there. It's coming.
It's coming. But yeah, go and vote for that. Pick your round 8 pick, and if you see any round 9 ones, shoot them in. We will be accepting as quick as possible.
There you go, and we'll see you back very shortly.
See you later. Just as a quick update, it's 9-all, it looks like. It's 11-9 to Wessex in the Wessex Storm 2 game. So 2 teams that are being relegated, but they just want to see who's the best. I think they drew last time.
Yeah.
So this is a big game for both of them. Anyway, I will love you all and leave you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to round 9 men's Super League. The last game of round 9, Leamington Spartans play Manchester Bees. The table pretty much 90% cemented. Spartans have won the league. Manchester Bees have finished 3rd, so they will qualify for British champs in that position. Because top 2 normally, but if the winner of last year is in that top 2, then it goes down to 3rd. So Manchester Bees take that. They actually cemented that position before they'd even played today, because Rangers lost against Sheriffs
this morning. Right,
correct.
Okay. And also, but Bees getting a very, very well-deserved draw against Meteors also gave them an extra point.
Exactly.
I don't think too many were predicting at the start of play today. So that's a good start. And that's 2 great hits, just as we give them a compliment. They what's the opposite of a commentator's curse? They get 2 hits straight away. So it's 6 on 4. Yeah, British champs is always an interesting one. An event that we all look forward to as well. Because you get, like, obviously the teams from Northern Ireland come over, teams from Scotland. It's great to get everyone together in one place. Right, and as this set started, it started definitely in favour of the Bees at the moment. Aiden with a right little floaty one. Oh, and Reese got out of the way.
Yeah, he throws that offhand sort of throw. It's that one that comes over from handball. It's one not a lot of people in England play. I believe there's a couple throughout the world that play ambidextrous. Dante hit out.
That's some great exchanges there. I thought Ross was very unlucky to not just clip. I think either Neely or Finn. He was very close on the return there. It's always a good game when they used to play, and after they're both getting a good result earlier, they're both coming into it feeling confident. So.
And that's it, sort of, despite Manchester Bees obviously taking that lead, they are now back up to 3-2, but I was going to say they were 3 apiece. We're cursing all over the place here, but like you said, Britnell Craven not taking the catch, and then the delayed from Badley hits out Ryan Neal.
What I'm seeing straight away, having been able to watch their game earlier, is Manchester Bees have had a really good level of composure. You know, they do the fakes, they draw the movements out of their opponents, and then they go. But I mean, if Reece Woodgate's going to go on another one-man mission.
He did the 5v1 earlier this season against Rangers.
Aiden with that kind of off-stride throw. And it's very strange, because when you watch it, it comes at a pace and a height where you think it's very catchable. But not only is he off-pace, you're off-pace as the catcher.
Yeah.
So you can't actually set yourself to go.
You're almost like mirroring the step, aren't you?
Yeah. Something he's worked on very hard, and it works. I've seen him do it throughout the season against, like, even Reece there, some very good catches. And we're so used to the balls flying at such pace. You're almost not used to the drift effect.
So Liam Ryder heads on that right side now, takes the block, and he hits the standing for the running counter, but doesn't find a target.
A lot of exchanges there and nothing really to report on after. Both teams just feeling each other out a little bit. See if the little cross-court singles will work. Both teams like to do them. Spartans. Solid catch from John T. He set himself early.
He's flicked the kettle on, he's had a brew, and he's taken the catch. It's almost like Mark Allen has sort of... when someone is down in that position, you want to hit them even more, because you're like, really, you won't catch this, because I know you've set yourself for it.
Again, there's that composure I mentioned from Bees. Aiden and Bembridge are both charged up court. In the past, we've seen the counters, good as they are, go back. They've decided this take to take it instead, and that's a good hit from Bembridge on Alex. A 1-for-1.
Yeah, Britnell Craven on that right side takes the catch as well, so that brings back in Mark Allen, who almost nearly gets hit in that play.
And there you can see Ryan Neal on the left there, trying to bait the movement out of Adam Badley early. He can try and catch him off guard. Not this time, though. Finn just gets so high with those leaps. I know he's a tall fella anyway, but to jump that clear over a ball that's coming that aggressively. That's a solid catch from Ross there on Mark Allen. Tried again, like we said, we see another cross court. And Finn's also out. Did you see what for?
I think he was hit and then drops his catch.
Did he? Right,
yeah.
okay. Aiden going for the single there. Good covering from Jonty. Just stopping Ryan Neal coming back at him. Keeping it safe. Don't need to force this Manchester Bees now. Spartans have to come to them. That's a good...
Yeah, some good play there from Spartans. They take out Woodall at the back of the court and then take out Bird on this left side, who's not left stranded, but he's sort of playing in that area. Woodgate and Richards hit out Ryder.
I'd say some questionable decision making from Bees there. Aiden gets hit, they go to 3-3. Liam charges on a single with no cover to stop them having 4. And then I think it was Jonty got caught without a ball. It's just, they're the kind of outs you can't afford to give a team like Spartans. Oh, Ross nearly takes a handsy catch there, just flicked his fingers. Good double throw from Spartans there, great accuracy. Yeah.
Richards takes the trade on Badley, and Badley takes the trade obviously in return, but for that, Manchester Bees lose all players and Spartans take the 2 set points. Obviously at the end of those 3 minutes, if both teams sort of have players on court and the time is out, it's the team with the most amount of players that will take the set points from that set itself.
We've seen it's, as we expected, it's a very kind of evenly matched game for the most part. Both teams making hits. Bees kind of got their catching hands on a little more at the moment, but we know that doesn't take much for Spartans to get into that contest. Go from there. Surprising though, no substitutions from Bees yet. They were doing it every 1 to 2 sets against Meteors. They haven't done any in 1 to set 3. Another cross-court single from Aiden there, trying to catch Mark Allen off balance.
It's weird. I'm a fan and I'm not a fan of organised substitution. You know? It works in essence, but you know, in this instance where they're 2 apiece, why change it if it's working?
So Adam Badley going off, looking very confused as to why Reese wasn't off, but the ref, Sam Mason, decided that Adam had been hit first before he released.
I'd agree.
I'd agree also from there. Obviously, when you're Adam and you just kind of throw it and spin, it's very hard to see the actual result, but yeah, I'd say it would. Oh, I really thought Aiden had taken that catch.
I think it rolls in front of him,
Yeah, but it's a good hit from Alex. Aiden committed to the big movement. He hasn't got a lot of choice there but to go for the catch. Big fakes from Mark Allen up there, just pressuring Ross back. An unbelievable great shot that from Reese Woodgate. Liam set himself. He thinks it's gone through his legs. It just snicks the back of his heel. And it's those low dipping shots that Reese is so good at.
And Ryan Neal stands still, doesn't even need the catch, but it's there sort of anyway.
You're just starting to see the difference in accuracy. This is mirroring the first half against Meteors for Bees a little bit. Meteors very accurate with 1 and 2 ball attacks. Spartans taking the same approach at the moment. No play ball called there. Match release just in time.
Court 1, Phantoms currently up 2-0, but could look at winning the second set as well. So they go up 4-0 after that set, but back to this game, like you said, it's very even across the board.
Good double strike there. Again, another good fake from Mark Allen. Draws the movement out of Alex Bembridge, leaves him in no man's land up in the air. And it's a nice easy hit for him and Sam on the double. Good honesty from Reese as well on the other side. They will miss that. It was a bit 50-50 when they'd been caught.
Harrison blocks the one that McGuigan's tried to throw. The block catch is taken from backcourt, and obviously that now puts Spartans up in the lead, 4-2.
And you were right, over on the other court. Derby Phantoms did take that set to take a 4-0 lead against Meteors. Meteors starting with 6 in that game, for anyone who was paying attention from the last match. And some substitutions now for Manchester Bees, and one of them, Matt Wheel, gets caught straight from the off, so not the cameo he was hoping for straight off the bench, but after the game he had against Meteors, I'm sure he'll bounce back. I believe he was voted MVP of the match in that game. And Dan Newton also on. Aidan Woodall and Adam Badley taking a break for a few sets. And then as we come back in now, good block. Jonty now moving over to that side. Very versatile player, Jonty Bird. A very good acquisition for Manchester Bees this season. He's got a big arm, quite a very good dodge, having played against him, and can play a multitude of positions. It's what every squad needs, isn't it?
Yeah, and Richards doesn't take that catch, although he took the catch earlier on in the set.
Sometimes people always get very nervous, but I think if you've got a big enough arm and people stand there, throwing at chest height is not too bad, because it's very hard to get your hands up. It's up there, yeah, it might flick up, but if you've got big enough power, it's going to work from there. A nice follow-up hit on Mark Allen with 2 balls after. Leaves it 4-on-4. A great double free throw there from Liam and Dan.
Yeah, on the same page from the get-go.
Very nearly hit Ryan Neal as well there.
And thrown straight into the block from Newton.
I think that goes back to a bit like the last set there. I feel like Spartans are busy trying to reset at the back with the balls. It's a great catch from Jonty there on the after throw from Ryan. Just what we were saying, he's moved over from one right wing to left wing and he's taken a catch straight away. But I feel he's bailed out slightly, I think, Dan and other people there. There were some questionable decisions. Spartans were resetting, there was no pressure, and they've tried to force it with a single ball themselves up court. Again, they can't present outs like this if you want to get through. Let's see how Spartans handle this now. 3 balls on the side of Bees. You think single, double?
Hit a double on one of the sides. Definitely now you've got the 4. I'd probably even look at releasing 3.
I think that's a catching out, are they calling?
Yep, catching out.
So Sam Richards back in. Oh, and Alex is disappointed with that. Matt's floated one from the back of court. And then he's dropped the catch from Sam.
McGuigan's hit out. Does Jonty throw? Oh, Richards gone.
Yeah, I think that's hit after whistle. I'll say that's 1-1. Matt and Ross look disappointed there, and I can understand why, but some great throwing from Sam Richards. Sometimes, even if you're in the right position, a good throw is just a good throw. Just a quick timeout here. Matt Wheel, the Manchester Bees captain, as is his right, is just asking a few questions in that game. I'm not overly sure, I didn't spot at the time what it was. We'll just want some clarity, I think, from there. I think they're questioning whether Jonty's release was before the whistle.
That's fine. The release before the whistle is fine. It was the hit out.
Yeah, was the contact made, isn't it, with the player? From here, first viewing, I thought that was hit after whistle.
Yeah, hit after whistle.
It's always a close call. It's not easy for the refs, but I'd back that decision from there. 100%. So it puts it 5-3. I said he's maybe disappointed not to be at 4-all right now. But good recovery powers from Spartans there. Let's see how this one starts.
That wheel from the block. Mark Allen not taking that catch left side. Liam Ryder throws across.
Yeah, you can see, I don't know if it comes up on the stream, you just can't see it just off court, but there is 2 very distinct fan bases at the base of the net for both of these teams.
Woo! Harrison is the catch, but he turns around.
Right, a lot just happened there. Ryan Neal was hit, Dan Newton was hit as well, and Alex Harrison hit. A lot of exchanges taking place there. It's left the game 4-3 in favour of Spartans. They do have 4 balls. They throw all 4, but it's very staggered. And Benbridge gets a lovely hit after. Not something we're used to seeing from Spartans, a group throw that off kind of piece together.
I think as Harrison left the court, he said just steady, because there was so much rushing and so much aggressive play that there was almost losing sort of touch with each other in terms of who was on what page, you know? And Spartans are known for that. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't seen on that wing, like Benbridge getting that hit on Reese. I feel like we've not seen him throw too much yet this game. I think Spartans done quite a good job to kind of keep him quiet. And that's an unbelievable catch as well from Jonty Bird. He's flicked the ball out of his hand. Sam did well to get his hands up quick there. Ross was about to...
I think you know, McGuigan throws there, I think he's in every right to throw that ball if Richard had stood
100%.
there.
If I'm Ross there and I don't know, until the hands are up, the game's too tense.
Absolutely.
The blinkers are on. I can see why there's a hit, and then Benbridge, as we say, gets the hit there. And on Straub's on the Mark Allen story on the free throw, and sets it up. Makes it 5-5.
Ryan Neal gets centre ball just out of McGuigan's hands.
Jonty can't quite take that one though.
And neither does Richard. Both players who have been catching a lot in this game so far have lost touch with sort of securing the slower single balls.
There's another cross court from Liam. Him and Aiden from that wing in this half, if they've really put a focus on trying to hit Mark Allen from there, I think that must be part of the game plan. And another drop down from Ryan there. Matt puts it in a fairly comfortable position. I don't think he'll be too pleased, but
it almost looks like they've forgotten how to catch a single ball in that area. It's these players that normally take the balls sort of down low. It's Harrison doesn't even catch the single ball.
No, Mark Allen's blocked into him.
Okay.
He's straight in. And no hits there. Manchester, again, the composure coming back through. They now have all 5 balls. And that is time. I believe that's half-time.
Yeah, that is half-time, and that half-time score goes in favour of Manchester Bees. 7-5 at the half.
Great powers of recovery there, because at 4-2, and the set was on a bit of a knife edge, that really could have got away from Bees. 5-3 is much nicer to come back from. But yeah, they've really kind of held the nerve, I think, there. It's really easy that you set out with a game plan. It doesn't quite work in the first few sets, and you kind of someone on court panics and decides to go against like what they're saying. So from there, it's really good to see Bees just powering through, keeping it up. From there, as we reach the half-time whistle. And over on the other court, as we look now, just see Robbie Winters given out by the refs. I believe the score is 6-4 to Derby Phantoms, which must be also creeping into half-time at the moment. As you can just see there, yeah, a couple outs for Derby quite quickly. Ed blocks, there was a potential catch up there, deflection catch, nothing given. Just trying to see if I can narrate this game for you, and you can't see it just in the half-time interval, because they must be close to there. Meteors now approaching with 3 balls. Free throw from Simon, blocked by Brett. And then Ed hits him, but Brett also goes out, so it's a 1-for-1, but that leaves it 5-3 in favour of plays to Meteors. When that set ends, I will let you know. Well, back to the game on court. If you're the Manchester Bees coach now, I don't think you're saying too much there. As they keep going, the momentum's with you. You're sticking those catches that are coming cross court now, so why not? Leamington, do you think, is it more of a single ball that they're not doing well with, or they're just not catching well enough?
It's a mix of both, I'll be honest. I think looking at some of the single balls they've dropped, it's harsh in places, but you have to think about sort of looking back at it and going, you know, as Super League players winning the league, yes, fine, you've cemented yourself, you've won the league. These single ball catches are something you should be taking day in, day out. Something we spoke about briefly a little earlier on, now that sort of league is somewhat over and it's cemented itself and a lot of these places have been secured. It's now practicing a little about tomorrow and the day ahead that comes from that. It's British Open, one of the biggest opens from the year, the biggest open of the year. Absolutely. And it is, although it sort of gives you no qualification spots for British Championships, it is a big sort of...
it's a marquee event, isn't it?
We won this. Sort of.
It's for the big teams like we see on court in front of us, to have that feather in your cap after a season.
Absolutely.
Is massive to have. But it's also an event where we see lots of good upsets as well over the years. So if anyone is about tomorrow in the community, I'd recommend getting down to, I believe it's in Sutton Bonington, is it in Nottingham?
Nottingham, yeah, it's university.
It's at the University of Nottingham. Oh, that's one way to start the second half if you're Alex Harrison. I was about to say, do you think they're thinking about tomorrow a little bit, but I'd say not off there. On the other court, as promised, I'm not sure what's happened. I believe it's 6-all, but the scoreboard currently reads 7-6 to Meteors, which we both
They
know.
might not have a 6 on that court, so it is 6 apiece.
I believe it's 6 apiece at half-time. We'll say the scoreboard's broken. But back to the game at hand. Good lead from Liam Ryder there, set himself low. Bees coming up with 3 here. Aidan Woodall back on court as the half begins. Him and Adam Badley back on. Alex Bembridge and Ross McGuigan have gone off for Manchester. And Elliot Webb has come on, I believe, for Leamington Spartans in place of Mark Allen, which has seen Alex Harrison move over to that right-hand wing.
Bit of a different sort of substitution. Normally you see like for like in terms of substitution. Elliot Webb, more that sort of middle style player, very has a lot of agility.
Yeah, very agile.
Very energetic in and around court. He pushes a lot of press and he takes a lot of catches as well.
Looking there, I see what Sam's gone off for. Him and Alex both gone for a catch. I would have asked the question if Alex has touched that ball as well. They both look like they did slightly, but just the one. But Neely also out. So we're down to 4-on-4 currently.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. They both look like they actually get contact with him. It's so hard to tell.
He's moving so fast, isn't it? It's the ref. There's no way a ref can probably spot that in real time, unless they're staring directly at it. But a lot of other things were happening. Good block there from Elliot Webb. Great cover from Adam Badley on the right as Finley, Britton and Craven started coming up court. Liam Ryder was all at sea. Adams covered his teammate well there. I noticed there's a lot of throwing at ball holder this set so far.
I think coming into sort of that second half, you're always looking at sort of, you know, you change sort of your back now, so obviously you've got back wall or net in your favour. So it's always about reading the play style that team is going into. Yeah. You know, Spartans very, very defensive now with back net behind them. Elliot Webb takes the catch and Harrison with cat-like reflexes.
Great reaction.
I don't even think he's seen that till last second. Looks left side, drops his ball, takes the catch.
So I think that was a double out for Liam Ryder. I believe that was his ball that was caught as well. Great hit from Aiden there, big aggressive down the middle. It's a great hit from Adam Badley as well. But Dan Newton also out. It's 2-2. Should Aiden have gone for Sam there?
Tough one. I think he's gone for it, but Woodgate actually...
I believe that's been given hit before whistle.
Yeah, Woodgate actually throws sort of like the offhand standing counter against Woodall. Richards obviously throws, but it's sort of released somewhat mid-whistle, so you can't ever call that for a card.
So I post it as 7-7 as we begin this second set of the half. Good block from Alex. Definitely not worth jumping off court after that one. Very good aggressive throw from Matt Wheel, who we saw in the last game. He got a lot of joy in that same kind of motion against Meteors in that second half. He made loads of hits. I can see why he definitely go back to that well this occasion. Liam Ryder just leaving a hand there, wasn't he?
It's sort of, I think he's in separate minds there of going for the catch or pulling away from it. It's always in that last second that you decide against it, and that's sometimes where you get caught a little off guard.
Great leap from Jonty to go over that throw from Ryan there. Good block from Aiden off the pre-throw from Finn. Again, I feel like we've not seen a huge amount of him this match so far for a player of his level. Another great low shot from Alex Harrison there. He's racking them up this match, isn't he?
It's that sort of delayed one he's looked for. He knows that Wheel was dodged low onto it, but his sort of leg is left wide out.
Early contender potentially for an MVP in this match, the way his accuracy has been.
Craven gets the hit on Woodall on his track back, sort of doesn't get the low block that he's been looking for, and Harrison then gets the hit. Craven flies about, does not get hit, but he... Okay, he's pulled himself out there.
Great honesty there from Finn. Neither of us thought, I don't remember seeing any refs put in either, so. Good block from Jonty.
Yeah, Harrison on the delay this time, but I think third knows it's coming that side now. Only one ball on the side of Spartans. In the hands of Brian Neal.
Let's see now, so it is And that's a cheeky effort from Jonty Bird. And the ball's rolled back for him. I think, no, the refs, Spartans there, I think, believe they hit Adam badly with the last volley. No, the refs have given it, though. I didn't see any of the line refs either. Jonty was given out there, and they hit him this time. The screaming you can hear on the other court. I believe Derby have just taken a 10-6 lead over Meteors into the second half.
8-all. Yeah, I thought it might have been 6, but...
The 7 was still on the scoreboard.
I think it, so, yeah, so it might have been 6-all.
Right.
Yeah.
Apologies if I got anyone a bit too excited by that score.
You got some Derby fans excited.
All the heads next to me spun right very quickly as I said that. Back on this court, I can see it properly, and I'm not blind. It is 9-7 to Spartans.
You are correct on that.
Yes, thank you. Oh, and we've got Neely out in the middle. Is he okay? Is he just staying low to stay out the way? I don't know.
Well, Aidan Woodall has just thrown the ball there when Neil is down.
I think it's one of those, isn't it? By the letter of the law. In the dodgeball rules, there's nothing there, but from a sportsmanship
sort of play.
And Sam Richards is also out.
Yeah.
So I think they just paused time. So they're right into the middle line, and Sam for hit off the quick start still stands. So again, though, a good start for Bees. Matt Wheel takes a 1-for-1 with Britnell Craven. Solid block from Liam Ryder there. Who hits Reese? Elliot's gone in front of him. He's blindsided.
That's harsh. Woodgate will be annoyed in that instant, but sort of Elliot does have the ball, so it is his sort of way to go ahead, and Bird has caught.
Again, I think he's started to sneak over for a Manchester Bees MVP vote, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely in this game for sure.
I mean, it's valid.
Yeah, he's trying to do, yeah. Ryder cannot be annoyed at that, although his face might say otherwise. Oh, and the last one hits his foot as he rolls over.
It's a valiant effort from Elliot there, facing 4. He's gotten 3 big dodges he's managed to do.
And a timeout called from the side of Spartans.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. The way that set went, you know, Neely was maybe a little annoyed at not getting the hit, and what happened with the Adam call the previous set, and then obviously what happened at the start. Sometimes just good to take a minute, just get your head back on, get a bit of water on board, and just, you know, calm it down. We know how good this Spartans team is, just need their heads in it from there. If you're Manchester Bees again, a bit similar to half-time, I don't think you need to do too much different. Very good set from there. But I think they definitely got lucky with the start in that one. When I say lucky, I mean the 50-50s just went their way, and that happens in the game sometimes. You can get those like little deflection hits and whatever it is. Getting off to a 2-person start in a game like this is massive. To be 2 up after 10 seconds makes a huge difference. I mean, I wouldn't want to predict the final score. I mean, I think money would be on draw at the moment, the way it's going.
And that's it, you know. The thing is, the game is cemented. What you're fighting for here is sort of, you've beat the other team in the season. It's a lot about making sure your play style is cemented for tomorrow at the British Open. And this time, Mark Allen takes the gadgets, what he's been after all game, and 24 minutes into it, he finds...
It's a great welcome back to court, that one, isn't it? I noticed he's been brought back on for Elliot Webb, but I noticed Sam Richards taken off for Matt Manns as well as substitution.
So as we come to somewhat the last part of this game, it's starting to look into the MVPs of the game. A player from each side, sort of any standouts to you, Dave?
I mean, it's hard. He's got to make a case for it. So far, they've lost 3 players, and all 3 of them to Mark Allen. Straub's number 4, you can see. I think the consistency of the game, I think for Spartans, I think Alex Harrison
by far
has his hit ratio today is high. We're just pausing time here. Ross McGuigan is there. He's looking injured.
Yeah. We take Alex Harrison.
I think so from there, and I think from the side of Manchester Bees, I think I'd be looking towards Jonty Bird.
Yeah, I'd say that is a fair shout for both.
I feel he's taken some big outs at some very big moments as well. Like, you can take catches when you maybe 6'6", it's not as important, but taking game-defining catches sometimes makes all the difference from there. So I believe Manchester are making an injury substitution. So I think it's Liam Ryder has now gone into the box for Ross McGuigan. So if a catch is made, they would bring on Ross. Liam would instead come on for him. He can't come onto court. Even if Ross had stayed on, he'd have to go to the outbox first. And two very quick outs, just what Bees needed after the restart. Both Alex and Mark Allen, both out straight away.
That MVP vote up in the YouTube chat. Jonty Bird for the side of Manchester Bees and Alex Harrison for the side of Spartans. Block from Matt Mann.
Halfway just called, so plenty of time for Manchester Bees to get back into this game. Left of the half, we're around the 5-minute mark. Just over, so still a few times to get some sets in. If this one doesn't go their way, but good use of the ball from Britnell Craven there. Just making sure that the pressure's still on Manchester to make the play here. Spartans more than happy with 2. Good lateral movement from Matt Mann. That throw not landing near its mark. See what Spartans can do with 3.
Ball pops up.
I mean, if Dan had gone after that,
Fair play to you, because your head probably would have come off.
you'd be a braver man than me. But speaking of that, head's coming off. I think Matt was hit in the face there. Ryan just doing the nice sporting thing, just checking he's okay. These balls are thrown at such speed, I don't think sometimes people realise what a shot to the head like that can do. Good from Dan there. I believe an old uni teammate and friend of Britnell Craven, so they'll know each other's games very well. Ben knew he was looking for the catch there. And again, good use of 3. The pressure stays with Dan to try and force us back. Yeah, solid that from Reese. He gets a nice hit on Ryan, but he's left dead to rights there against 2 Spartan players. Pause. So not too long left now. (11-9) in the favour of Spartans as we encroach in the final few minutes. 3 balls straight for Spartans. Let's see how they go with.
One straight into the chest of Alex Bembridge. That is your answer.
Yeah.
And a good solid catch there, because that throw comes out. Woodgate takes their catch as Bembridge is hit out.
And a free throw hit.
Yeah.
That's what Reese can do.
And that's what Spartans can do, and that's why they have won the season. That's why they've won the league, you know. Despite all the small errors they might make, their team morale and their team sort of ability to stay in it every time has been nigh on impossible to beat.
The thing is, you look at teams up and down the league, and you identify 2 to 3 players in each team who are the real kind of the danger men, the difference makers, whether it's a caller, a big arm, a winger, catcher. And as teams, you make plans to deal with that. The hard thing here is you look across Spartans 1 to 6, 1 to 7, 1 to 8 with the subs. You haven't got a good target. You haven't got, if we get that person out, the game goes in our favour, because they're such a strong unit. You definitely need a lot to go in your favour. Like I said, Bees, they've kept their game plan, they've stayed patient, they've come back from sets down before.
Throw by Harrison, just bouncing in front of Liam Ryder. It's that safe single ball that they're after now. They're up, obviously, in the game, but there's not long left, and they obviously still want to take that win against Manchester Bees. Good honesty from Liam Ryder there as that cross-court takes a graze on Liam Ryder.
It's a great double counter. Yeah, you see there the timing and accuracy from Alex and Ryan together. Alex Harrison, Ryan Neal. Matt was just running off court. I don't know if he was out already, but Mark Allen just made sure. And that is 13-9 with not a lot of time remaining. I think I heard 2:20 from Sam there. I think there was a time paused earlier, so the stream time's slightly off because I think we missed a time pause earlier.
But we can amend it to 2:20.
But we could make it look like it was never happened.
And there you go, 2:20 left on the clock.
The magic of television.
The Bees, yeah, exactly. And what Manchester Bees are after now are the 2 quick steps. And they can still do it. There's so obviously only 2 sets in it now.
If they can win this set at a good pace and they get the minute set come in. Good call from the back of court there. Aiden was ready to wind up with a single, but they've now got the chance to come forward with 4 balls. They do make the hit, and off goes Alex Harrison. He looks a bit disappointed, but sometimes it's very difficult to tell. The shouts you can hear, again, from the other court. Oh, Ryan Neal, 2 amazing blocks. 2 absolutely amazing blocks there in the middle of the court. Yes, from the other court, I believe it is now 12-10 to Meteors. Derby just won a set with a player disadvantage. But back over here, it's a great 2-ball hit on Matt Wheel.
Yeah, very good hit there, and it's a solid hit. It's great timing, great accuracy. It's in all the right areas that Spartans are looking for.
Again, it's from Liam Ryder. I'm curious about the shot choice there. He's got Alex holding Mark Allen to a 1-to-1 on the side. He doesn't take Finley, who's already made the big movement. So we'll have to see if that comes back to Hortings. That could have been an out to give Bees a player advantage.
Chemistry. Britnell Craven gets the pop-up catch as Ryder is hit out in that neutral zone.
I believe that's a hit. Yeah, good from Adam Bailey there. He brings a big movement. And a good hit from Alex again to make it even. Is it a little too late though for Manchester Bees?
It is indeed.
It is.
That is the win, and that is Spartans taking Men's Super League. Manchester Bees cement themselves in 3rd, Meteors in 2nd, and for this MVP of this game, Jonty Byrne takes MVP despite Leamington Spartans taking the victory and the title. So that is the end of Men's Super League. Head back to the YouTube channel, subscribe while you're there, and stay tuned for Men's League One.